This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't, consider yourself them or whatever, it's all good. We love you, no matter what. We welcome you. We welcome all. All are welcome, Chris.
Now you're on your own here.
All are welcome, Chris.
Don't add me into this. This is all
Christopher
you.
Tucker at DT Radio Band.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Wednesday night. We are here because yesterday was my 2-year wedding anniversary. So I told the guys, hey, we can't record tonight. Let's do it tomorrow.
Now that I remember at the last second.
It wasn't the last second.
In fact, I believe it said, oh, by the way, today's my 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, I got too excited knowing that we were going to be back in the studio after not having to deal with my crappy internet connection at home. So, yeah, I got a little excited. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us on this lovely and hot summer night here in Southern California. We are live on youtube.com/just Riot Squadcast.
Yeah.
See, it's been a while, man.
It's been too long.
It's been too long. But if you are watching us, we are live, hopefully on Twitter and Facebook as well, Ben. Hopefully.
Always enjoy the hopefully.
Well, you know what? Hey,
extremely accurate.
Life's
hopefully.
about hope, man.
Yeah.
If you don't have hope, it's just you have fear, and fear leads to the dark side, Chris.
That's true. It's the inevitable path.
But of course, the man that I am sitting across in our beautiful, beautiful, lovely, the Baron DeBelter Memorial Studio, that is his man, Chris Zero Cool Tucker. How's it going, buddy?
It's one of those weeks. I genuinely wish you would stop asking me that question.
Well, first of all, I genuinely do want to know how you're doing.
I got nothing but fear.
Okay.
I'm good, man. I'm black, beautiful, and blessed. I can't complain.
There you go, man.
Can't complain.
Hey, Beyonce says black is king, so.
I still haven't seen that.
Me either.
I have to watch it. That's the difference. If you watch
Me
it,
too.
If you watch it, no. If you watch it, it's nice. We appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I have to watch it. It's Queen Bee says I got to watch it.
For the culture.
Hey, if it ain't for the culture, what's it for?
Yeah.
So I hear it's great. I just haven't seen Black is King yet. She is correct. You got to give her that. She's definitely correct. But I'll watch it at some point. I'm chilling, man.
We're here.
I'm all right.
We're
Yeah,
ready?
I'm still alive.
We're breathing.
I got oh my God. I shouldn't be doing this math. I got like 45 years left. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got oh man. Yeah, I got like 45 years left. So
you got
I'm here.
minus 10 Ben years of worth of living right now.
If I got a phone call that Ben went in the night, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. Which, isn't good. I don't want that to be the situation.
Yeah.
I just accept it as a extremely likely scenario.
You're like natural causes, of course. I mean, he's like 97.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Well, at this point, I would assume it's that global bastard.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, though, but we are back in the studio, which means Benjamin is back after his 2-week hiatus. What is going on, sir?
Dude, it's good to be back, man. I missed you guys. Trust me, I missed you guys. I was here with wife, kids, and studying, and that was it. So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
No, not really.
What we do...
No, I'm just kidding, honey. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, she does
Yes.
listen to the first, 20
Yes.
minutes, right?
I don't want her to hear my fear thing and come in and be like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. Everything's good. I'm fine.
Well, she might bring you some little presents, in a brown paper bag.
Nah. I haven't really partaken. Maybe that's why. I'm swirling. I haven't really partaken as much recently. I'm tapering back. I'm getting all the toxins out of my body, man. I'm like Jack Harlow. I got all those toxins out of my system. Now I'm going for Sports Center Top 10. So that's she can share those treats with you guys. Mm-hmm. That'd be okay. But no, I'm on the bubbly water gang, bro.
Oh, he's about that bubbly water life right now.
Only way to live. Only way.
About that bike life.
My bike.
That bench press life.
I haven't had my bench out in a while, but resistance band, bro. I'm in the resistance band gang. So working out to keep it going, keep the fitness going.
We'll just go with the Star Wars name. You joined the Resistance.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I'm trying. I feel, in all honesty, if Star Wars happened, I probably would be on the Empire. Resistance seems like a lot of work. Seems like a lot of energy, man.
You know what? Yeah, I feel you, dude, but I wouldn't want to be on that side of the Nazis, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't be on the Nazi side. I want to be on the Imperial side. It's very, very specific, very clear. If you start getting too specific, it's great. I just posted this link in Guessman's Discord, and hopefully someone clicks on it, and the first thing they hear is, "I wouldn't want to be on the Nazi side." Trying to figure out how this is a Galaxy podcast.
Right.
Doesn't really work together, but no, it's just with the Empire, I could be lazy. Like the Empire can be like, Palpatine's got it. I don't like the situation, but Palpatine's got it. I haven't marched against Trump. You know what I mean? Like that one's easy.
Like I
could do that right now.
What is it like to be like an Imperial janitor?
There has to be one.
Absolutely has to be one.
Like someone empties the trash on the Death Star. You don't think so, Ben? Oh no, there's a trash compactor.
Androids. Yeah, they got those those little black android like.
Why do they gotta be black?
I know.
Because that's what color they are. Mm-hmm. That's why. Those little square things.
That's the way God made them. What do you want me to do? I give them orders. Hey, that's the way the droid manufacturer made them.
Hey, what am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do? It's in the history book. What do you want? Sorry, Corner of the Galaxy listeners, apologies.
I guess they do have like doctor droids. So it makes sense if they had like janitor droids.
You would assume.
Janitor.
Yeah.
What?
Janitor droid.
That's a hard phrase. It would make sense. If you're going to trust someone, you're going to trust a droid to run a back-to-tank. You got to be able to trust a droid to pick up, McDonald's, whatever space McDonald's is. Is there a space McDonald's?
I don't know.
Like presumably on the Death Star, you just eat in the mess hall.
What's the Death Star cafeteria like?
It's got to suck. But it's got to be great, right? Because you got to keep everyone happy. You got to keep them relatively happy. But everyone's scared.
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
Like if they are the Nazis, I assume the Nazis weren't like, hey, here's the best food for all the Nazis. Not like, I can understand like Hitler and his people were eating well. But I would assume the run-of-the-mill Nazi was eating pretty shitty food, especially near the end.
Gruel.
Well, during the end, no.
You were there. What happened?
Well, no, first of all, in Star Wars, weren't all the stormtroopers like clones or something like that of each other?
They used to be. Now they're not anymore. Now it's a black dude. So I mean, whatever.
Well, that's the first order.
Those are the clone troopers.
It's a guy who's not Lando Calrissian's son, and the stupidest fucking twist in that series. Just make him Lando's son. Just make him Lando's son, and it's easy. It's better at least.
Well, I feel like people would have still like shit on it no matter what.
Like, of course, terrible.
Of course, he's Lando's son, the only other black dude in the movie.
Literally the only black dude in the universe.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, Lando, what are the fucking... you beat child support for like 26 years, and then it's the Force, man. And that's where you would have Lucas in the corner being like, it's the Force. It's just the Force. And it makes sense. It's the Force. What do you want?
It makes sense. Yeah. But Ben, everything's going good, man. School's all right. I know you're trying to play catch up a little bit.
Yeah, I was playing catch up. I was an idiot and taking way too many classes when this first class started. So it's much better now. 2 weeks. I mean, I've barely seen my wife. I think I still have 2 kids. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
He's like, I definitely still got that wife though. I don't know about the kids, but I got that wife, motherfucker.
That little one's still being mean to the bigger one.
Oh, dude, it was.
I know you're telling a story before we started recording.
Your kids are ruthless.
She's so savage, man.
She was, dude. Well, the sad part is like the older one. I was like, "What's wrong?" She didn't want to tell. She wanted to rat on her little sister. But man, as soon as she did, the little one was just like started crying because she knew she was history. Like, dude, that kid. Yeah, so she's 9, and that is the most trouble she's been in up until this point.
So, okay, what now? As parents, like, how do you punish your kids now? Like, you can't really send them to the room because everything they have
it's easy, dude.
It's in the room.
You take away their electronics.
Punishment, yeah.
Turn off the Wi-Fi?
Well, I just take her phone.
Unless you're like someone who smacks their kids around. Punishment for teenagers specifically is all psychological. It's all in the head. If they can't go anywhere right now. They can't socialize with their friends. If you take away their ability to not be in like a common space with you, it's the worst thing you can do. So it's like you're going to sit right there and you're going to watch what I want to watch. And you have nothing to distract yourself with. So yeah, you're going to watch, not only are you going to watch Doctor Who, you're going to watch your dad cry during Doctor Who and you ain't going nowhere. And until I feel comfortable about David Tennant's regeneration, you will sit right there and you will watch Doctor Who with me.
Yeah, I feel like sitting them down and making them watch like Frasier. It's probably like the worst.
Fuck's wrong with
like,
Frasier? I like Frasier.
For a 9-year-old though, it's gotta be like, come on, it's gotta be torture.
Yeah, I assume your kids. Your kids on the Frasier level. It's up to that Frasier bar.
Well, anything that's more than like 15 minutes, forget about it. I mean, you know, their attention span's over. They're YouTube kids, man.
Yeah,
it's like
it's quick.
If they're not into an episode saying hit that like button or subscribe button, then
exactly.
they're not into
notifications.
It.
And they're into like the.
Speaking of which,
they're into freaking like this Australian show or something. I don't know, something weird. So Norris Nuts does stupid things or something. And I'm like. First, I'm like, what the hell's the name of the title? Really?
Yeah.
Norris Nuts? I'm like, man, come on. I mean, they do some weird shit down
I
under.
feel like if you try to Google that.
Norris Nuts do
Google
stuff?
Google it. It's Norris Nuts.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't be on this site. What the fuck? Why are you sending me to this? Bro,
it's on the list now. Chris is on the list now.
Ed, it's literally 4 like 10-year-old girls.
Yeah.
With,
Dude, no, one of them's a boy.
Dude,
I know, right?
I don't
That's
know
like a
that.
BTS situation?
Sure. Let's.
Dude, and
why not?
They got the most fucked up. I mean, hey, you know, if you listen in Australia or wherever they are, I apologize, but they got some fucked up names.
They got fucked up names.
Wait.
It's a very specific insult
like,
towards them.
I don't know, man. Like, my kid was trying to tell me their names. I'm like, really? Like, I don't know.
If you're a new listener from Corner of the Galaxy, we will eventually start talking about the Galaxy. We haven't seen each other in a while, so you get to play catch up.
Yes.
If one of them's not named Dingo, then I'm not interested.
The dingo ate more, baby. Bro, I'm not trying to be that dude. I'm looking at myself in this webcam, bro. It's coming together.
Well, you've lost 14 pounds?
I lost 15 pounds in 32 days, and I'm still alive.
This is by far the most clean shaven I think I've seen you in I don't know how long either.
When you don't have 4 chins, you're more willing to shave this section.
That's what I most
There
appreciate
you go.
about
You look right over here.
That's
you
what
see
I,
this?
That's what I most appreciate.
Guys on the webcam, you see this? You see this situation going on?
Yeah, see, so you can just cover it up. That's what I said. That's what I appreciate about this COVID stuff more than anything, is that you can wear the mask now. Sorry, I hit the mic.
Yeah.
You can wear the mask and just if you're looking at your phone.
How big of a mask is this?
Oh, it's huge. It's like
I better not gain
it's like
this weight
Silence of the
back.
Lambs, like
He got
full
like
face
2
covering.
hospital masks, one on top, one on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm worried. I got comorbidity.
But you do like where you look down at your phone thing and you don't have to you don't get the under chin thing anymore. So that's what I love. Thank you, COVID.
I got a little bit of it, still coming in. But I'm on my shit, bro. I listened to the beginning of last week's show because I wanted to see where I was last week to make sure we didn't repeat too much of the same things. But down 15 now, 1 pound away from a high school weight. I was a big boy leaving high school.
Chugging 2 liters.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different time. So it was a way different metabolism. But yeah, it's been good. The only reason I'm wearing this shirt is it doesn't look.
Do you think people gave
horrendous.
you a nickname, like people you didn't know in high school that just saw you wearing?
Who cares?
No, I'm just asking.
Did they? I don't know.
They probably were like, oh, there goes 2 liter Chris.
2 liter Tucker.
2 liter Tucker. And there's your title.
That one was right there. His
Yeah.
alliteration is right there, Ed. No, I don't know, man. Most people in my high school were scared of my brother, so I didn't get a ton of shit because my brother was a psychopath.
Well, they wouldn't say it to your face.
Yeah, they wouldn't say it behind my back. My brother was a psychopath in high school. Like he was the guy who would randomly walk up and punch you. So it's.
Oh, he sounds.
He was a psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a lot of shit from anybody. By the time I was in a place where no one really knew my brother and would potentially want to fuck with me, I was a senior and I was 266 pounds. So a 6-foot black dude in high school was tipping 260. Like nobody's fucking with him. So
In the valley where yours
in the valley where I could have taken it over with a butter knife. Like I wasn't much of an issue. Yeah, so I don't know. I never had that problem, but who knows? But yeah, bro, I'm on my shit, man. Fucking got my resistance bands, got my spin bike. Trying to get healthy and working on these love handles now. I'm fitting jerseys that I haven't fit before. Catching up with the kid. I'm grabbing them. I can only wear this out in public. It's the first time I've worn this on the show because it actually looks half decent. But yeah, just sticking to it, bro.
What's up, man?
Sticking
Keep
with
it up, dude. Keep it up, man. Ben, what have you been doing? Eating a lot of Taco Bell?
Come on, man. I'm a Del Taco guy.
All right.
No Taco Bell.
I'm sorry I offended you.
Yeah,
I apologize.
It's fine
You did.
cuisine.
You absolutely did.
I apologize.
Yeah. No, me as far as I ain't doing anything, man. Come on, man. I mean, Tucker's losing the weight. He ain't doing his COVID part. I'm doing my COVID part, dude. Gaining weight, eating crap.
You don't have to.
Hey.
You don't have to. I'm not.
I don't have to.
I'm not being that guy.
Look, I'm just telling you, Tuck. I'm just telling you. Been around a long time.
Hey.
I don't need to be around any longer.
Jesus. Your daughter's like 11 years old.
Dude, trust
Yeah,
me.
no, so it's like 9.
You think I want to live through like teenagers
You don't.
and all that. I'm
You
like,
don't.
come on.
You don't. You got.
I'm gonna need to win
9?
that big Tony
She's
like
9?
whiskey and yeah.
You got about a year and a half.
Well, the oldest one's 11. The youngest one's 9.
Oh,
The
yeah,
oldest,
it's
no,
done,
the oldest
man.
gonna be 13. Soon,
13?
man.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! All right. Well,
And you seem like you're doing okay.
She's a good kid. You know, she's my kid. That's like she's like
She's the good
she's
one.
the good one.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to say.
Yeah,
and he was about to
she's-
say.
She is. She's like your boy. You know, she's smart. She's a math. You know, she's a math brain. She doesn't break any rules.
That's good. Those are the good ones.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping of all my kids, I was hoping if I was going to have one that was crazy and unruly, it would be the older one, just because you're so much closer to getting them out of the house. But you know, sometimes it's not the way the dice hit.
Oh man.
I can't wait for you to have kids. That's going to be enjoyable. I like that I'm all done by the time you have kids. So as you get increasingly more miserable, I'm like, yeah, man, but I got 3.5 years left, and I'm fucking breaking. And then I'm getting early
he knows
release.
He has a 2-year-old, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got my time served.
Done.
Dude, have you seen his 2-year-old? His 2-year-old's gonna graduate high school in like 6 months and
Yeah.
shit.
Genius. I'm assuming that's what
Sure,
he
that
meant.
boy ain't got a little Simone in him.
How dare you?
Dude, he can read.
That's all Louise
His son
Hawk.
can read.
Wow, dude, I wasn't. Come on, man.
My father is a 6'3", 275
Oh no,
pound
I've
Belize
met
man.
your brother and your father.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you're all big boys.
if you guys know me, if you've met me or you see me in the webcam, I'm the small one. Like when it comes to the men in my family, my little brother's a little smaller than me, but for the major men in my family, my uncles and my grandfather's a little smaller than me. My brother and my father are both significantly larger. Well, my father is significantly larger than me. My brother is taller than me and stronger than I am. Damien's gonna be okay. Don't worry about him. He's gonna be fine,
you'll be all right.
and he can read. Which has nothing to do with Samoans.
No.
I'm saying that independent of Ben's racism.
At DT Radio Band
Yes.
or at Old Man Band 3 if you
Yes.
want to hit him up on that. Well, I guess it is time to talk a little Galaxy stuff, right?
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. I already see there's a typo on our notes, but that's fine.
They can't see it, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, man, I like to bring them in. They're family.
You wrote the notes.
I know. I know. Believe me, I know. So I'm not blaming anybody. It's all me, baby. It's all me, baby.
It's all on you.
The G2 played a game today, which I'm sure most of you didn't know. That's fine.
Chris knew.
But they played today against Phoenix at 2 p.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. It was on ESPN Plus.
It was a rescheduled game from
Rescheduled game.
the one that got made up.
I don't understand how you play in Phoenix at 2 p.m. in the middle of the summer.
It was home.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Was it really?
I watched it.
Okay. I thought it was in Phoenix.
No,
Anyways,
we were home.
See, I didn't even have the right information, Chris.
It's
Thank
okay.
you.
Hey, I tweeted them yesterday and was like, "Is the game still on?" And got no response.
Well, there you go.
Who is talking to them that they can't? I mean, I get not wanting to respond to me. I understand that, but it's literally your job.
But if you're okay, so anyway, still, if you're in Los Angeles where it's like 98 degrees right now in the summer,
Great band,
like
solid band.
sweet band, playing in 98 degree weather. I'll just go with the 98 degrees. Man, that had to been brutal today.
It especially, well, more importantly, we've been off, I think, for, I want to say 26 days since the last G2 game, somewhere in that neighborhood. So for kids who are already had worked up to match fitness in preparation for the regular USL season, that got canceled or that got postponed.
Yeah.
Then working up to match fitness again for the restart. Then 2 games in, it gets postponed again. Then you're waiting another month to get back on the field again. And it's damn near 100 degrees. And you're playing Phoenix, who are grown men.
Yeah, and by far, like the best team in the league.
It was not a great.
It was not a recipe for success. For
yeah.
sure. But the end of the day, 4-1 loss. I think now in the last 2 games they played against Phoenix, it's 8-1 on aggregate goals. So
Yeah, we don't. Well, going through, I have the last 10 meetings of us versus the greater Phoenix team. We lost 4-1 today, lost 4-0 last time, lost 4-1 the time before that, lost 2-3 back in August of 2019, lost 4-3 in May, lost 1-0 in April 2018, 2-0 August 2017, 2-1 May 27th, 2017, and April 8th, 2017, we lost 2-1. Of the last 10 fixtures, we got our only win August 31st, 2016 against Arizona United. 'tis what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
That was the good old days with Donalfo as coach.
Yeah, back when G2 was fun. But I tell you, man, I watched the game. This team. Sorry, is there a question?
No. Hey, by all means.
This team, this Galaxy 2 team, and you guys know if you listen regularly, I'm a huge fan of youth movement, reserve roster, second team, that whole deal. There's something about this set of Galaxy 2 that I'm willing. A 4-1 loss doesn't even feel that bad. It's not, because it's not the central goal of what they're trying to do. We still played, I think, with 6 teenagers in this game. Damn near half of starting 11. If it's either 5 or 6 teenagers, I think it might be 5. Damn near half the starting 11 teenagers. Like, you lose 4-1 to a team where, for Phoenix, the goal of that franchise, the goal of that club, is to win the USL every single year. If they're not winning USL, they're competing for the USL. We were talking about it. If you guys don't know, Corner of the Galaxy opened up a Discord. You should get in touch with him. It's a great place. A lot of Galaxy communication going on. I think there's like 200 active people in there. Nice. So it's a good community.
Turn off those notifications.
Turn the notifications off. Because as soon as my son falls asleep on me, like, that's the Discord I pop open now. But we were talking about it. We were discussing it in there, and I was clarifying for people, if Phoenix aren't realistically competing for the USL title every year, it is an abject failure as an organization. If the Galaxy managed to promote 3 or 4 of these kids to the first team in the next, say, 3 years, regardless of how we do in USL, it's a complete success.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is a team that has aspirations of moving up to MLS.
Of being promoted to MLS,
yeah.
In part based on what they're doing in the USL. Not just stadium development and their impact in the region, but their play on the field, their success on the field. Like, Phoenix has aspirations that are different than us. So for the Galaxy, losing 4-1 isn't the worst thing in the world if you see progress coming from players, if you see development, if you see teenagers punching above their weight from what you would otherwise expect, if you see a plan, if you see tactics on the field that are being adjusted and evolving based on the game we're playing. I couldn't be more supportive of what Junior Gonzalez is doing at G2 level. He is easily the best coach in the organization right now. We'll leave some names out, but easily the best manager that we have in the club. I thought, based on what he had to work with, and we had an extremely short bench.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like a full 18.
Wasn't a full 18. Carson Klein made his professional debut, like someone who's gotten kind of close to getting on the field, but
like a bubble of the bench players.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work out. And if we have the full complement of G2 players, he's probably not going to see the field. But Carson Klein got on the field. No disrespect to the kid, but he got on the field. Like, if you follow G2 regularly, it's not a normal move that would happen. Better complement of players? Maybe we lose 4-2, 4-3. I mean, Phoenix clearly the better team than us, but for me, even in a 4-1 loss, another great game from Jesus Vasquez. Augustine Williams scores in back-to-back games.
He got a pretty early yellow card, like 6 minutes in, like, he got a yellow card.
I mean, the ref for me wasn't outstanding. Phoenix got a lot of things called, and all of our fouls kept getting called in the exact same place. As far as us winning free kicks and winning fouls, which would lead me to think like one player has an eye on what the ref is doing and has kind of figured out, okay, I can do this over and over again, it'll work. But with G2, you don't necessarily look at overall performance and final score. You look at individuals and how those individuals are working within a system and within a team. Jesus Vasquez, another decent game. Abraham Romero, for what he was tasked with, he's the goalkeeper, was actually fairly decent. Another strong performance from Isaac Bawa, who was playing right back and got converted over to center back for the first time and did okay. A couple guys didn't exactly have a great game. I didn't think Ivan Gutierrez, who is usually someone you can watch for a good game, I don't think he did very well. Sebastian Hernandez got on the field. Game changed. We ended up conceding another goal, but the game changed in an attacking mindset where we began to look forward in a better way than we had before. Victor Valdez was a kid I wanted to keep an eye on for this season. Not the strongest showing, but again, teenagers playing in center midfield where he should be playing as an attacking mid. So you're asking a lot more defensive work, positional work of him than you otherwise would. Adrian Vera came off the bench late. It's his 6th season with the club. Like at some point, it has to be. You have to become a regular contributor, or for the way that we operate this project.
Yeah.
It's time to move on. Overall,
like
though,
I know the reason why he had a really bad injury last year. He was pretty much gone the whole year. So maybe they're giving.
He pulled a blame today. I mean, I think he ended up getting through it okay, but there was a while it didn't look great.
Especially for it's a for all intents and purposes, it's a development team, and if you're on the team for 5-6 years,
6 years is a long time.
You gotta cut.
6 years is a really, really, really long time. But yeah, overall, still a lot of positivity. I'm still looking forward to the next G2 game. I like the project that Junior Gonzalez is doing, and remember, everyone should be following and supporting the G2 team. Don't look at it like isolated matches. Don't look at it like we lost 4-1 to Phoenix. That doesn't matter. It's about the story that each of these matches are telling. Now, it's not just the Galaxy won or lost to Phoenix. It's more about how do they bounce back. We're home against Orange County next on the 22nd. It's a Saturday. How do they bounce back after a 4-1 loss, given that they had a strong start to the season? This is the second beating they've taken from Phoenix. Last time, changed tactics a little bit, was able to play a whole lot better against San Diego, played a 4-3-3 against Phoenix the first time, played a 4-2-3-1 against San Diego Loyal, got a 1-0 result, went fairly well before everything kind of went crazy. This match, we switched back to 4-1-4-1. We're still kind of moving things around. 4-2-3-1, given the pieces we have, seem to be the most successful. So we'll see how we come back on Saturday.
Yeah, I think in so far in group play, I think Phoenix is the only team that actually has beaten the Galaxy 2. So
God damn, I love G2 action. I can talk about this shit for hours.
So moving on, we're going to talk. There's been quite a bit of player news over the last 3 days or so. First one up is that the Houston Dynamo have acquired the rights to Ariel Lassiter. The team got $50,000 in GAM.
Woo.
Yeah, whatever. And a possible $100,000 more if Lassiter meets.
I think you can get up to a total. Is it an additional 100?
I thought it was an
No,
additional.
it's up.
I thought it was up to
to
100.
Yeah.
Up to $100,000 in GAM if he meets like the playing
goal scoring.
criteria,
Yeah,
all that stuff. So I mean, getting free money for nothing. I mean,
Dude, what do you think those incentives actually are? Like,
I wonder if it's like playing time, maybe.
10 goals.
That'd be ridiculous.
that is ridiculous.
Huh?
If he scores 10 goals, we should get like an extra $100,000.
Like us personally.
Well, that would be cool too.
The organization. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he has. It's going to be a goal scoring metric, games played metric. Who honestly, who gives a shit? If as an organization we have any feelings left or right based on what, with all due respect, based on what a prospect who was unable to realize his potential here does, and the swing of our interest is $50,000 in general allocation money. I cannot care. I want to care. You know why I want to care? Based on what he did in Costa Rica, he would be a better option than Ethan Zubak. That's the extent of me caring. Past then, good luck. Good luck. Wish the kid the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Goal
really,
puppy.
it's really not. I mean, it's because it's news that we actually got some money off of him. It's like,
I'll tell you, it's Paul Arriola. We assumed you were gone. We assumed we'd never see you again.
Yeah.
Oh, you pop back in and we get something out of it? Fantastic.
Cool. Thank you.
Icing on the cake.
I don't know. 50,000 is going to go to like their Herbalife.
It'll go to, paying
Cups.
Sebastian Lletget and his new contract
Paying it down.
that I'm sure he's getting.
Oh boy, I know. Next, we do have a couple of Galaxy signings. First up, we want to talk about. We're still not quite sure how to pronounce the name. Is it Yanni or Yoni? I don't know if you guys want to help us out on the live chat. But yes, I'm gonna go with Yanni. We'll go Yanni. Cool.
I'm agree.
Okay.
I'm in agreement. I think
Yanni Gonzalez signs with the Galaxy on a loan. It's a loan with an option to buy.
Mm-hmm.
26-year-old Colombian winger from Benfica, which he was loaned to Corinthians, I believe, in the beginning of the year. The loan with the option to buy. Still waiting on his visa, so he's not going to be able to. He's not available for this weekend or probably for a little bit because Brazil still is pretty heavily contracting the virus. I think they're like the second or third country behind the U.S. because U.S. number one, baby. USA.
Well, if we're first, it means we're last.
You got.
So we're
first.
best.
We're the best. Did you guys get a chance to get on that Zoom call that happened the other day?
No, but apparently I spoiled the secret that they asked everyone not to talk about.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, and look, it's not my fault. Someone took a screenshot of the player of Yanni. Is that Yanni what we're going with?
So I'm looking in the live chat on YouTube, and it's just Yoni.
Yone. Yoni. Let's go with Yoni.
Yeah.
Yoni 2012. Boom.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, someone posted a screenshot of the player and it was like, oh shit, he's here. And then right after I tweeted it out, I was like, hey, was that public? Is that link for everyone or was that just for us? But yeah, they were pronouncing it like Johnny. Okay.
Yeah, I see. And I believe Bixby because Bixby's actually Colombian, so I'd believe
you
him.
know more than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all for it, man. Love it.
I'm down for it, man. Winger.
Third Colombian in Galaxy history.
That's crazy to me.
All three born in Medellin.
You know what's crazy?
Medellin.
Because Colombians in MLS are actually, you have a pretty successful rate with Colombians coming here. And I've been like for years. I'm like, dude, you got to get some Colombians on this team, man. Get them in, baby.
I'm down, bro. I'm all for it.
But a proper winger coming in, he looks. I mean, if you see his videos, or you see people talk about him, speed is very.
He even talked about it. He said speed is probably the greatest attribute in his game is raw, unadulterated speed. He says he can play at number 9 if needed.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my thing with highlights. This should be everyone's thing.
Yeah, never trust a highlight reel on YouTube.
Highlights turn every player into Lionel Messi. If you're looking at someone's highlights that span over 5 years and it's a 3-minute video, of course they're going to look great because it's just the best moments.
Well, there was a skills video that they put together for Emma Boateng because he got traded to Columbus, I believe.
Just now, yeah.
Yeah, and they put a highlight reel together, and it's like, damn, what was that guy when he was on our team?
That guy does not exist.
Yeah,
that guy is not a real human being. As a player, Ben, not because you watch it. But yeah, so usually what I'll do if the Galaxy is linked to a player, I'll go to Footballia, where I can watch an actual match with the player, and then you can just kind of hone in on that one guy and watch him. But Footballia is still down and waiting to pop back up. So admittedly, I don't know anything about how this guy plays. I don't watch Fluminense or Corinthians or.
Yeah, he was at Corinthians, loaned out this year. It was with Fluminense, 2018, 2019. Before that, Junior FC in Colombia, where he won a championship with them. Was signed to Benfica, but didn't feature for them. So now he's come to us on loan and then have that option to buy. Hopefully it works out, man.
But you know what? I'll be honest with you, and I hope he's good enough to where there's a conversation about whether he is worth buying. But I don't, based on what I've seen anyway, I don't necessarily want us to buy him.
Right. I mean, again, it's unknown talent. I mean, to a lot of us, So
well, it's more the flexibility. Like going into next season, Pavone is likely going to be gone.
Yeah.
If Yanni, if that's what we're going with, if Yanni is also gone, you have an opportunity to build out a new midfield. Kitchen's going to be gone. I doubt we can get rid of Leggett, but if we can figure out a way to flip him, maybe Bruce will take him, and we can start rebuilding this midfield. We would have an open spot for a left winger, a right winger, at least one midfield spot, maybe 2, maybe 3 if you can flip Corona as well. Who knows how long Kleshen's going to hang around. Like in the midfield may be the one place we have where we have some contract options to work with for rebuilding, because the goal has to be making Hernandez the most viable product that we can. It's still all on his shoulders. As great as Pavone is, he's gone in 4 months. Like I genuinely don't think enough people focus on the fact in 4 months Christian Pavone is gone. Period. We're not spending $20 million on it. It's not going to happen. I doubt we're really going to go back in on even a negotiated price because he doesn't seem that thrilled to be here anymore. I want Yanni to be good enough where we want to consider a purchase option.
Right.
But if it doesn't happen, calm down. It's not the end of the world.
Well, that's what the beauty of the loan with the option to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's you test drive it, baby. Like, hey, if it works, it works.
If it works, yeah. It's much better than being on the hook for a previously standout MLS goalkeeper who plays at San Jose. Who wouldn't have loved Bingham on loan to buy, like loan to trade? We'll see if it works, and if it doesn't work, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
If it's mediocre, then we're gonna move on. But you buy these guys out, you're on the hook, and you just kind of got to deal with it.
Yeah. Someone mentioned like Fabio Alvarez, who didn't light it up here, and like so you had the loan, be like, nah, we're good.
Yeah. Or look, maybe you get a Uriel Antuna, where it's a loan and you get an opportunity to showcase that player, which makes loaning youth players from maybe European teams or just very large teams that have these massive assets of loan players. Hey, you're now a more attractive option to loan these players in, because come here, we're going to play him every week. And if he's outstanding, go flip him.
Yep.
Go sell him out and make your money. It's literally what they did.
Yeah, it's exactly what Manchester City did.
So it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm all for it. I hope it works. We need a winger that can cut in.
On the right side, too.
On the right side.
Yeah.
And watching, of the highlights that I saw, the vast majority of the goals and assists that he creates all come through the middle on the floor. Every player we sign has to be about making Javier Hernandez better. Whether you like Javier Hernandez or not, that has to be the end game. Mm-hmm. And if this guy's style of play and his skill set helps Javier Hernandez look even moderately less useless than we've already seen, it's got to be a win. So I'm on board with trusting the process about him. Let's say that.
There you
Is
go.
that better?
Like
Does that work?
That works exactly.
And just a quick, Transfer Market has his price valued at 1.98,
which is I think it was that Benfica got him for free. Or Benfica, I don't know. I don't remember if Benfica paid a fee for him or got him for free. But
well, he's on Transfer Market.
His highest value, they paid 3.3 for him.
3.3.
Yeah,
and that was I think that was an automatic. From what I read, yeah, I see it too. There was it was an automatic trigger in a contract that kind of forced that one through. But you're in the age of COVID, baby. There's a lot of guys who just got bought by teams in Europe who planned on sitting on talent or talent they were hoping to flip, that aren't going to have match day ticket revenues and are going to look to get some guys out the door. This is a perfect pickup. It looks like while he was at junior, he met Christian Pavon in the Copa Libertadores, which is, it looks like where that contact came from. So if you like Yanni and you put Christian down on DTK, that's a positive.
Yeah, that's where I think there was
Chicha.
Yeah, I know people were waiting for that. Like GBS, yeah, they played against Boca Juniors and like the Copa Libertadores, and like that's where they were like, oh yeah, we've been looking at them for years.
Yeah, so. I shouldn't be able to pronounce that tournament better than you. Yeah, like you can roll. But
I speak
all those
I speak fast too. That's why.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. The Copa Lib, just go with that.
Yeah, the libs.
The libs. Copa Lib tears.
All right, the second player that is. Well, it's being said this, he's signed already, and I know like LA Times has reported he's being signed. Paul Tenorio saying he's being signed, but Jonathan Klinsmann, and I know this kind of stirred a little ruckus.
Jonah, can we call him that?
How
many people would that piss off?
Jonah Klin.
He's the. I like that, Jonah Klin.
Yeah, I mean this one got people on Twitter heated. I mean, obviously, if you're a Galaxy fan,
so stupid.
You remember the World Cup where Klinsmann was the coach and left Landon off the roster, and Jonathan sent out a tweet with like 30 ha-ha-has. I just got home, I saw him, ha-ha-ha-ha. And the kid got lit up. 17-year-old kid, by the way. He was a teenager.
Yeah, a child.
Had to delete his Twitter because of all the hate that he got because of the tweet.
The deserved hate.
It deserved hate. I mean, that's so stupid. Like, but he's again teenager kid.
So he tweeted ha 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 ha. He spelled Landon's name wrong, by the way, but he says ha 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 ha. Donovan ha ha ha. I didn't even notice until my phone notified me. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Ha ha. This is 5/22/14 when he was 17 years old.
I mean, you still look in my eyes. You're still gonna have to like. It's still. an unintentional slap in the face to Landon, who just spoke out against the team like 3 days ago.
Yeah, but you know, we were talking about this in the COG Discord. If my dad was against you, like if you and my old man were beefing, a passingly mean tweet from me, and I don't really consider that a mean tweet, but a passingly mean tweet from me is the least you'd have to concern yourself with. If you and my dad were genuinely beefing, number one. Number two, for the adults of us, and I made the mistake of saying this on Twitter without thinking that there are actual like young people who follow me. When I say young people, I mean like Gilbert, like 24 years old. I assume he's in the neighborhood of 24. If Twitter was around when I was 17, I would be in jail. I can only imagine. Like, luckily, there isn't a record of all the dumbass things I said at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Though, you want to know where this kid erred? He put his shit out publicly. Like, if you want to laugh at you, if Chris Wondolowski got dropped off that same tournament, I probably would have had a very similar tweet to that.
Probably.
A very similar tweet to that.
Sure.
And I assure you, I was not 17 at the time.
But you're also not the son of the head coach of the national team.
Yeah, but you know, you want karma. It's the same tournament that should have cost that coach's job. Like, had U.S. Soccer had any stones, that tournament should have cost Jurgen Klinsmann his job. Look, you know, for everyone who wants to go in, and I'm seeing people go on Twitter. Again, you guys are adults. I'm seeing people going on Twitter like they're going to boo this kid because he talks shit about Donovan. It's like, well, one, you're in it. First off, no, you're not. Let's be honest. No, you're not. Knock it off. Number two,
I can see like some repent signs for sure. Like, well, I mean,
repent for a 23-year-old goalkeeper, a 23-year-old on his best day right now.
Hey man, he went in on Baby Jesus, dude. You don't go in on Baby Jesus.
How many of you guys went in on Baby Jesus when he took a break and went to Cambodia for a sabbatical? How many of you were all understanding of Landon Donovan and when he went on a sabbatical? Did you really? I don't fucking buy that. Speak up. I don't buy that for a goddamn heartbeat.
You weren't about it?
About his sabbatical?
Yeah.
My whole thing is you do the mental health that you need to do. Take care of it.
Yeah, do what
Yeah,
you got to do.
Do what
That
you
was my
gotta
whole
do.
thing too. I'm like, yeah, do what you
But
gotta do.
I saw a lot of people,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of people going in on Landon for being soft.
Still to the day. Like,
For being soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird double standard. That number one, you're not going to boo him. You're not going to boo. And if you do boo him and somebody gives you shit for it, you deserve it. It's number one.
Number two, you're probably never going to get the chance to boo him
You probably will.
because he's definitely not pushing for that first spot.
He's not. But number two, this isn't how you deal with these things. First off, you go out hunting Jonathan Klinsmann to boo him. All you're going to do is bring negative energy into your lane. Don't worry about that. Keep your lane pure and peaceful, which is what you all should be shooting for. You want karma? This is the karma. Jonathan Klinsmann is 23 years old. He's not going to take an international spot, probably going to be a backup keeper, maybe number 3, at least competing for a job.
Yeah, if you want to be upset, I'm more upset that they're bringing in a goalkeeper when they are
I don't have a problem with
they're upping their two keepers that they already have on the first team. So now it's a 4th goalkeeper on the first team.
Is it? I mean, we'll get into that. But
Technically, there's 4 goalkeepers on the first team now, and you want to build up your youth people. You bring them up like. I'm more upset than anything with that.
You're more upset about an additional keeper on the roster.
If you're Vom Stieg or Lopez or even Romero, I mean, you can't be happy that they're bringing him in.
If you are Justin Vom Stieg, if you are Eric Lopez, or if you are Abraham Romero, you should never be happy. You should be happy when you unseat David Bingham. Every other day prior to you unseating David Bingham is a failure. That's the way I want my players looking at their competition. I don't want you to be fucking happy. Happy is why you just lost 4-1. Like, happy is why somebody just put 4 goals behind you. You're going to be pissed off? Be pissed off about the fact that you start for a team that just shipped 4 goals to a team for the second time in 7 games. That's what you should be upset about. Don't be upset that they signed somebody else. You need to wake up earlier and go to work tomorrow. You need to wake up earlier and grind on your shit. Because if you were balling out, if you were handling your job, they wouldn't have looked at that kid. But clearly there's something you're not doing. And I like Abraham Romero. I like Eric Lopez. Big fan of Justin Vom Stieg. I got no problem with those. But none of them should be happy. You should all be working. You should all be working to pin it up. You want you want to keep your lane peaceful and clean. You want to keep your energy peaceful and clean. You want karma. Kid's 23 years old, backup keeper, competing for a starting spot. He's likely going to be here when Landon gets a statue. Make him go out there. Make him stand. Make him be the one that pulls the fucking sheet down when Landon gets a statue. And let him stand there and take a picture. Make him take a picture with every fan that wants to take a picture. That's how you get him back. If you want I don't want retribution. He's a 17-year-old child. I think of what I was like at 25, let alone 17. I don't need any retribution from a child. There's something wrong with all of you. And that's coming from me. There's something wrong with all of you. But I don't need any retribution.
And he's not going to cost a thing. Like I saw on Transfer Market, like he's worth like 130,000. Like it's going to be chump change. He's not going to cost like Bingham costs like $800,000.
He will cost at no more. He will cost no more than what Lopez and Vomsteeg cost together.
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks because it's not real competition for Bingham.
No, but you're not. Look, you're not going to get real competition for Bingham.
Not this year.
And this is. Yeah. I feel like this is a lightning round question. You want to save it, or can we just?
I know someone brought it up. I sent him to Ben.
Can we just hear? I mean, if we can do it here and you don't mind, I'm all for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why would you? I don't understand why people are against the signing outside of the obvious of any connection to Jurgen Klinsmann. I don't understand.
I think the one point someone brought up was that we don't want them to do to GBS what they did to Siggy.
Oh, it's what's happening.
Or to Analfo.
It's 100% what's getting ready to happen. I'm all in on GBSN now because it's believe. What did Ziggy do when he showed up? What was the first thing Ziggy did? When did we spot Ziggy Schmidt for the first time?
G2.
Doesn't Jurgen Klinsmann have a hell of a reason to show up to G2 games now? I'm just watching my boy. I'm not scouting the youth academy. If you were looking for a top to bottom, quote unquote, manager for the Galaxy, doesn't Jurgen Klinsmann fit that bill? Ugh. Big name coach. The worst. Big name coach. Coached U.S. men's national team internationally, so he's going to be very familiar with Javier Hernandez and Jonathan Dos Santos. He's going to know all these kids.
It's a goddamn fly in the studio, and it's bugging the hell out of me.
Don't worry about it. Nobody can see it.
Except you're fucking
like a child. Well, I'm trying to kill it, but I wasn't like, I'm trying to kill a fly. Everybody stop listening to my great point. Like
great.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with with a fourth goalkeeper coming in. The issue I would have with a fourth keeper coming in is we need 4 dudes on the first team roster when we have a depth issue. When we have a major depth issue. We have 4 spots going up on goalkeepers, right? Mm-hmm. Lopez is on a first-team deal. Vomsteeg's on a first-team deal. Bingham obviously is on a first-team deal. We don't officially know with Jonathan yet, but it definitely appears like I'm gonna go out on a limb. Definitely appears like Jonah is signed to what looks like a first-team contract.
Yeah,
that's where I have a problem. Competition? Why would you sign a goalkeeper to compete with David Bingham?
I mean, you definitely want these guys to not feel like their job is secure. You want them to be uncomfortable so they work harder.
How great of a season is it going to take for David Bingham to get re-signed?
Ooh.
How outstanding does he need to be to get re-signed?
I mean, we'd have to go undefeated for the rest of the season.
With you can do that and he still be terrible. Yeah. He would need to not give up a goal for the remainder of this year.
Yeah.
Because I think universally as a Galaxy fan, we can all agree Bingham is gone at the end of this year. I think he knows he's gone at the end of this year. So it doesn't really matter whether you're pushing him to compete. Lopez, Vomsteeg, Abraham Romero will all 3 likely be here next year. Sign someone who's going to push them. I'm interested in how they develop. I'm interested in how much better they get. Bingham's gone next year. When I say next year, Bingham is gone in 4 months. 4 months. This is a really weird season, and we kind of keep forgetting.
We're sure his contract ends at the end of the year?
Well, Guessman and I were talking about it today. We thought Stelvik was on 2. That didn't work out. We thought Jonathan was on 3. That may be 5.
Siani was on 2.5.
It's hard to know. Yeah. But if rumors are to be believed, and I think if he isn't, it would be one of the longer contracts based on how long he's already been here. And the Galaxy typically is more of a 3-season with a team option. I don't want anybody pushing Bingham. I'm disinterested. David Bingham is clearly your number one for this year. And he's clearly leaving at the end of the year. You're going to bring in a goalkeeper that's going to push Vom Steeg, Eric Lopez, and Abraham Romero. Completely disinterested in David Bingham. It's irrelevant. We need competition for the backup keepers who are likely going to be here next year, not competition for the first team keeper who is going to be gone at the end of the year. Season ends, Bingham goes, GBS, DTK, or whoever the new coach is going to bring in their guy. There's no need to push the last administration's guy.
Yeah, what Argentine goalkeepers are going to be available next year?
According to Transfer Market, December 31st, 2020, Bingham's gone. According to Transfer Market, take that for what you will.
Yeah, I feel like like you said, you're going to have a lot of like those old contracts like expire, like your Kitchens, your Binghams, like useless garbage players.
Exactly. So I get where you're coming from. It's just a focus on the wrong thing. Vom Steeg is not ready. If Bingham goes out tomorrow, Vom Steeg is not ready, at least from what I've seen. And he hasn't gotten to regularly compete in the way we used to see him compete when he played for G2.
G2 every week, yeah.
So based on what I've seen anyway, Vom Steeg's not ready for the number one spot. So bring somebody to push him. It's very clear Vom Steeg is the number two and not Eric Lopez. Very, very clear. Eric Lopez appears to be competing with Abraham Romero for his starting spot. So you bring in Jonathan Klinsmann, costs you nothing. It's a free transfer. If you're genuinely looking into bringing in Jurgen, and I have no information that is happening, I have no reason to believe that's happening. But if you're genuinely looking into bringing in Jurgen,
we know the front office.
You know how they think. It's more about the mentality. But if they're genuinely thinking about bringing in Jurgen, like it's another connection, and it's someone who can push your very clearly defined number two. Makes perfect sense. And you know what? If he ends up whooping Eric Lopez for the job, maybe it's time for Eric Lopez to move on. If Eric Lopez is no longer competing with Vom Steeg, he's competing with Abraham Romero, a lone goalkeeper, maybe it's time for Lopez to move on. But there should be competition at the youth levels, especially when you're certain the number one goalkeeper is gone at the end of the year.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Lopez and Vom Steeg, they're not youngins anymore. Like 21, I think Vom Steeg is like 24, I believe. And then so, these guys aren't 17-year-old prospects anymore. They're not 18-year-old prospects. Like, they should start breaking into the first team if it's going to be soon.
I like how Ben has no interest in looking up how old these players are. Like, I went and started typing one, and I was like, Benny? Eric Lopez, 21. And
Vom Steeg's 23.
Thank you, sir.
So,
push Vom Steeg. How old is Jonathan Klinsmann?
23.
There you go.
Yeah.
Push Vom Steeg. Lopez and Romero going head to head for number 3. I love it. If anything, it's perfect. Define number one leaving at the end of the year. 2 similarly or very, very close in aged number 2s going at it, and 2 similarly close in age number 3s going at it. Perfect.
And people are asking like, well, why aren't we signing any defenders? Like, why aren't we, instead of a second string, third string goalkeeper, why are we not going after any defenders? Like, well, there's gonna be more signings. That's one thing that DTK said in the Zoom. We're all trying to get it now. That's what DTK said in the Zoom
episode
call.
188, fighting the fly.
Was that these aren't it's not the last signings. There's more to come.
I think if Jonathan is if Jonah is a first team contract, I think we have 4 more slots open. And at any time, the other thing you got to remember, at any time, all these G2 kids can get loaned back to the second team.
Yeah.
Dunbar, Kai Koreniuk, Depew, now Jonathan. Let me differentiate. Now Jonathan Klinsmann, Eric Lopez is already back down there. Vom Steeg. Vom Steeg goes down and Klinsmann is on the bench. Vom Steeg's got something to work for. And he's not going, the way the system works. He's not going to walk into that G2 team because we're setting up Abraham Romero and Eric Lopez competing for that job. Maybe it's a wake-up call to Justin. I don't know. I know it's not going to cost us a ton of money, and it's going to push somebody.
Yeah. And
I'm all about pushing people and developing. I love Marcus Verkranis was training with the first team. Is a G2 player, young G2 player. Push Nick.
Just recently promoted to G2.
Just push Nick Depew. Make sure as comfortable as Nick Depew is probably feeling in his spot, there is somebody nipping on your fucking heels. and you're going to see him every day in training.
I don't know how comfortable he is when you have a coach who still is playing People Gonzalez, but yeah.
Well, look, no matter how good you are as a youth player, you should never just walk into a team.
Yeah, of course.
You should be made to work for it, and that's going to make him better. So I don't know. I'm for it.
All right. Moving on, we have a match to preview, Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
MLS has restarted. MLS is back is back, I guess you would say. Yeah, the season has restarted with Dallas and Nashville playing their makeup games in front of fans. That's a whole issue that we could go on and talk about for 2 hours, so we can't get into that. But this...
You were right, by the way. Last week, I listened to the beginning of the show. Dallas did not sell 5,000 seats. It got shrunk down to 3,100, I think. And, of course, they weren't wearing masks. Because why would they?
And they didn't sell out the tickets they allotted anyway, so...
FC Dallas, so much to be proud of.
So much to be proud of. But yes, so this coming Saturday, there's actually a game that we are going to watch for our Galaxy players. Excuse me. So this Saturday, August 22nd, 6 p.m. So Eastern, so 3 p.m. here. It's going to be against Chivas. Of course, our first game back is going to be the Trafico, of course.
Trafico Part 45.
Yeah, because we're not going to try to drive this down everyone's throats and everyone just get tired of it or whatever. Hernandez still out slinging his Bud Light seltzers.
Oh my god!
People going mad on the social medias for him,
which I don't understand.
For him doing a sponsorship ad.
Why do you, look, people? Why do you think he's here? Do you really think he's here because he's always wanted to play in Los Angeles, and his family can be so close, and he's Major League Soccer is he's here to fucking slang shit, bro. He's here to make money. Chicha, get your money up.
Who?
Chicha! I'm not even mad about. Oh, that was a good one. I'm not even mad at it. Like, get your fucking money. He's not playing.
Who didn't do that? What big name DP didn't come here and start slanging fish sticks?
David Beckham sold Sharpies. Fucking Sharpies.
Wasn't his first big campaign?
Sharpies.
I thought it was the fish sticks.
Sharpies are first. Sharpies number one.
I remember seeing him and a group of kids,
Ellen.
and he has a silver plate of fish sticks, and I'm like, what is happening?
Vandy Camps. I got my Vandy Camps.
Yeah, man, come on.
Get your money.
Yeah, dude. These big name players are gonna come here. They're gonna get paid. And Hernandez is a Mexican superstar in Los Angeles. Of course, big companies are gonna come for him to do sponsored ads for him. It's just crazy. Yeah. People got so mad about it.
Get your money, kid. I got no problem with that. But you know who gets mad about that? People who, again, don't understand why he's here. People who don't understand what brought him here. It's not Zlatan. It's not extending the brand. It's not Beckham, even who sold whatever people would put in front of him.
Right.
But it's not Beckham who came here to extend the brand. Get your fucking money. Get your money and get out. And I'm not saying get out like Trump, get out. But I mean get your money, go home. You got a little kid on the way. You got a wife. You got your mom, the whole thing with his mom on the phone and all that. Get your money and then kick your feet up and retire. Be good about it. Score some goals. I'll take a trophy or two. That would be lovely. He's here for the check. Get your money, man.
You got short playing time, man.
Chicha!
Especially now you're older. You ain't getting much. You ain't got many years left.
In 10 years, the ads are going to be way worse for him. Get your money now while they're throwing checks at you.
He's gonna be selling vacuum cleaners on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, going back to the game. Is it going to be bad, terrible, or just the worst?
I can't imagine anything I've seen to lead me to believe it's going to be anything better. I mean, we didn't overhaul our squad in any way. It was the same coach.
Literally zero changes.
Yeah, same coach. Yeah. Jonathan should be back. That'll help.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be enough. I think it looks like Hernandez is still going to be out. I was told he's at least last I heard he was training on the side. So he was training.
Because he was definitely not in the team photos.
Yeah, purposefully. But I've heard he's there, but it's just he's not working on team drills or anything. Leads you to believe he's probably not going to play. Who knows if he's going to play, but he's probably not going to play.
It's very, very unlikely.
Let me word it this way. If he were going to play, the Galaxy would have put him in every single photo you've seen, not just wishing the Lakers good luck. If he were going to play, he's probably not going to play.
You would have seen a picture of him training every day.
Yeah. He's back.
Yeah.
Hashtag he's back.
Rotel Trafico.
I hate them all so much. It's so frustrating. It's so regularly frustrating. It's so regularly frustrating because you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. They would be like Road to Redemption, Trafico, Part 2020, Part, what is it, 3, 2? How many times have we done this? Trafico Part, I think it's Part 2. Trafico Part 2. There would be this whole fucking shebang and situation. So a safe assumption is to say, if you're a betting man, put it that way. If you're a betting man, you're not putting money down that he's playing. You're only getting worse. We only got worse. And it's still GBS, man. It's still GBS. Jonathan makes me feel more comfortable, but
yeah, Jonathan being in there, it makes me feel comfortable that we're not going to lose 6-2 again.
There's a great maybe in the live chat asked if all 4 goalkeepers can play at the same time. It is a great. You know what? You're more tactically adept than GBS. I like that you're thinking outside the box. You're making changes.
We still probably get 3 put passes though.
Yeah, easy, easy.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be great if we can steal one. This is obviously the one you want to steal, but you can't really see it.
I mean, it's like you said, we've done nothing to. I mean, and it's been like 2 weeks or not even 2 weeks. It's been like a week and a half, maybe, since the season MLS's back tournament ended or whatever. So, I mean, what are you gonna do in a week's time? Like, you're not gonna
fire
bring
your
players.
head coach.
Well, yeah, that's true.
you could fire your head coach the next day.
You know what? Who would do that? I mean, there's not a team that would do that, right? After going 3 games,
the big clubs would. The big clubs act like that. Big clubs fire people when they underperform, but where are they in Major League Soccer?
Yeah, exactly. But now, I mean, so we're gonna play an LAFC team that no longer have Diamande, who is done with Chivas, contract terminated. But Vela is gonna be back.
Well, it's like even in them. I saw on Twitter someone was like, "Well, Diamande left." I was like, "Oh, so they're down 1 of 7 strikers. I wonder who's going to score this time."
And they're gonna get their best player back. It's not gonna end well for us. It's really, really not gonna end well for us.
Well, tempered expectations, and
I would even go low expectations, like not even tempered.
Those are the tempered expectations,
or even like negative.
You got to understand, I start at negative.
Just negative, just straight up negative. Like, think we're gonna lose like 7-0, and then if we lose 7-1, then you're like, it's better than I thought it would be.
I would say I got a prediction, but I'll save it for prediction game time.
Right. Benjamin, what do you think, man? I mean, how will this end for us?
Shit show.
Yeah.
Shit show. Yeah, you guys touched all the points. Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is the venue. That's it. So
we were safe in the bubble.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Our best bet is I don't know, the game getting canceled to COVID. That's it. That's the only way we get a result.
That's an awful thing to say.
Yes, it is.
That's a result.
Yes, that's a result for us.
Depends on which side catches it.
And to be fair, I mean, it's not that off. I mean, we had 11 players from G2 test positive. So
was it 17 altogether between the 2 weeks? I mean, it's whatever. Who cares? No, we gotta be positive, guys. Come on, let's pick it up. We're gonna trust the process forevermore. 5 times racing for 6. Everything's
road to redemption.
Road to redemption. El Trafico, Part 6.
You interested at all in what Vegas has to say about this game?
Please. Oh, absolutely.
So before you get into that, I saw that MLS is doing odds now on the website.
Are they?
Their match previews? Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. Since their partnership with MGM, I figured that had to be coming sometime soon. Yeah, MLS would love to get to the point where they were remotely close to any of the other fantasy sports. I mean, you look at the way fantasy sports drives football and the interest in football. Same thing with baseball, to a lesser extent basketball. But yeah,
do the odds factor in whether Hernandez is playing or not?
I'm assuming they are, because I have,
Why do you have to assume that?
because of the fact that I've never seen the Galaxy this big of underdogs.
Well, not even that. Wouldn't it be a grand concept? What is it? It's Wednesday?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a grand concept if 4 days before a rivalry match, you knew whether your star striker was injured or not?
That would be nice.
Again, we can assume, based on the fact that they haven't posted him in a photo and no one else has said anything. I think there's a media roundup tomorrow for GBS. Hopefully we'll get some answers tomorrow. But yeah, I have no clue going into 3-4 days out whether the sole center forward for the Galaxy is going to be playing.
Like, I think the only thing you really seen from the team, like, posting anything on social media thing is they did like a video with Cameron Dunbar. There was like a Joe Corona thing. I mean, and then photos of the team training. Other than that, there's really hasn't been much from.
Which is great. Yeah. They finally learned when things aren't great, slow the content down. I understand that, you all got bosses and you got people saying, hey, we got to get X amount of engagements and clicks over the course of, our major 4 hours of chief engagement at fan level during this demographic. I assume that's how they talk. That kind of made sense to me. I'm not really sure. I get that they have to do those things, but when it's bad, when the mood is bad, when it's a toxic mood in the club, slow that shit down. Let's slow it down. And I thought they did a good job this week. They covered Joe Corona, who no one's really pissed at. They covered Cameron Dunbar, a local kid born in Carson, making his debut, like traveling with his family, doing a little mini documentary. Like, I thought that was smart. That was actually smart digital marketing communications.
Especially the kid who's like was your breakout star.
Keep it positive. Keep it positive. This is not the time for. They did the Laker post with Javier Hernandez, and I looked at it. I was just like, "What are you doing, man?" Like, my feelings on it aside, like my feelings on the Hernandez deal aside, and all that shit. Like, what are you doing? You're just making it worse. You gotta see that you're just making it worse. You gotta see. This is. It's weird because saying it out loud, it's like, why would people get upset about it? It's stupid. Like, oh, this is where you're showing Hernandez. And it's like, well, he's not actually there. He's at home. This is a picture they already had that for whatever dumbass reason they decided to put next to LeBron James. Why? You're more likely to care about it or look at it or retweet it if it's Javier Hernandez instead of who's a player I can tolerate?
Sasha.
I like Sasha. You don't like seeing Javier Hernandez's picture next to LeBron James for Go Lakers? Retweet more pictures of Sasha Kleshin and they'll stop doing it. They don't actually care about Javier Hernandez. They care about what you're willing to click on. If you're only willing to click on Javier Hernandez things, if you're only willing to comment on Javier Hernandez things, if you're only willing to retweet Javier Hernandez things, they're going to keep pushing that guy. And every time they push him, click on the comments and watch how toxic it gets.
I don't even think that much. I don't even think if like with Gio, they just pushed Gio to death. Like, it wasn't like that. Everyone didn't care about it. Everyone hated that dude. And they
but it's the engagement.
Yeah.
It's the only thing they care about is the engagement. Clearly, they don't give a shit whether the engagement is positive or toxic. It's just about the clicks.
Get the numbers, baby.
You want to see more Sasha? Fucking retweet every time Sasha Kleshin does a Black Lives Matter thing, because he does it pretty often. Retweet that. Share that story. Screenshot it on Instagram and then post it on Twitter and tag that dude. You'll see more Sasha. You won't see an equal amount of Sasha. Let's not get crazy. But you'll see more Sasha. I'd like to see more Sasha than Javier Hernandez, at least until Javier Hernandez starts to show some of the potential I keep constantly being told he has. Constantly being told that he's going to fulfill any day now.
All right, so moving on. Let's get some lineup predictions then.
Cha-cha!
Let's go from the back. Obviously, Bingham.
Nah, Klinsman. Jonah
Get the
Claney.
kid in, man. Get him in.
Jonah Claney, get him in the game. Bingham.
Jonah Claney.
Jonah Claney. It's got to be Bingham and Sua.
Do you still go with?
I don't.
Depew and Steres?
I do. People Gonzalez, because that's the way it's going to work.
Steres.
God, I just saw the look of my face when you got to Peepo and it looked pained. It'll be Sua. I mean, I would imagine it stays the same. It's Sua, Peepo, Steres, Felcher, Pavon. Corona, because he'll be back from injury, or he'll be back from suspension. Corona,
Jonathan.
the other Jonah.
The other one, he's the other one now?
I don't know who you start at right wing.
I mean, you know who's going to start.
I don't. Is it Leggett? Well, Leggett's your attacking mid.
Oh, that's true.
Like that is the eternal problem. It's why to get off topic again.
Well, you're probably going to get like a Kitchen, Corona,
You'll probably get a Rajo on the right.
JDS. Oh, that's true.
That's an option.
Yeah.
Extra defensive cover.
I mean, that's what they did
Ben saves his opinion up for like 15 minutes, and he's like,
Araujo.
let me spit this genius
Araujo,
real quick.
though.
Hang on, guys. Don't forget about Julian.
I mean, that's what
Mute the mic.
That's what they did in the last game. They had him on the wing.
Yeah, and that didn't work. Like the defensive plan to sit back and absorb attack, hopefully get lucky once or twice, and see if you can steal the game didn't work. So what do? I mean, I asked Straight for the Stands when they were doing their show this week, because they've advocated for a formation change for a while, and I don't disagree with that. Like I not necessarily, I shouldn't say advocated, but they've mused the concept of a formation change. Do you still change your formation when there isn't Javier Hernandez, when you're not trying to complement Javier Hernandez? If putting two forwards up top means you're starting Dunbar and Wild, or Zubac and Wild, or Zubac and Dunbar, it still gets LAFC, and that's one less player back in midfield or defense to help kind of absorb attack and help you launch a counter. We've said it. It's been. I mean, I'm a broken clock at this point. I don't know. It's such a poorly built team. It's extremely difficult to come up with solutions that I think would work, because I know none of them are going to work. Like, knowing they're not going to work is hard, because I try not to speak. I know I'm guilty of it. I try not to speak in definitives too often, but I know it's not going to work.
Right.
So what do? Damage limitation? If it's damage limitation, it's Julian.
Hope and pray for the best.
Yeah. If it's damage limitation, it's Julian.
Thoughts and prayers, man. That's what it's going to be.
It's a hard pill to swallow. Maybe you play five in the back. Maybe you play five in the back.
I feel like the more defenders you play, the worse it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, but it's going to be.
You expose them to more terrible defenders.
But what level of bad becomes acceptable?
I mean, this team's already accepted how the top level.
They keep
bad,
quitting,
losing 6-2 to your biggest rival,
and then have your coach go out and slam you publicly, because it's sure shit nothing he's done. So I mean, I don't know. I don't even know who starts up top. Wild, presumably. Last we saw, we haven't seen anything. We've seen nothing since Houston.
I like this nickname that Don, some random dude, asks or says, calls him Buck Wild.
Hell yeah, Buck Wild.
Buck Wild.
And when he scores that hat trick, he'll be Buck Nasty.
Buck Nasty.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know, man. Angel from Straight from the Stand said he'll start to lean towards GBS out movement with the way this game goes. What about y'all? I've been GBS out since God. I probably started around Portland. LAFC sealed it. But even with LAFC, it's like it's a very well-built team that is very, very focused on beating us as badly as humanly possible. And you lost Hernandez the last second.
But their players say it's our World Cup. Like I don't get it, man.
Except for they got a patch for beating us in a meaningless fucking tournament. And then Houston. Houston got me. I'm good on GBS out. In the moment, I'm GBS in because I don't want Jurgen Klinsmann. But
because you can understand. Look, Portland, eventual winners of the whole tournament. LAFC, for better for worse. You know, I tend not to want to give them compliments, but I mean,
they were better than us.
They're such a better team. I mean, the Houston though, like, that's a team you should definitely be beating.
You've taken 2 points in 5 games, and they're both from the Houston Dynamo. That's it. That was it.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
So for me, that's after having remove Cristiano. We said this last week. Remove Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi from the conversation, whilst having the singular breakout phenomenon player in world football over the last decade. You beat Minnesota, and then you lost in the playoffs against LAFC. for that administration, for that management style, for that head coach, you take 2 points in your first 5 games coming back, I'm good. If
you barely make the playoffs 1 year out of the 2 years that you have Zlatan on your team.
Let me ask you, and people listening to the podcast, bear with me. For the people in the live chat right now, we have 40 odd people in the live chat right now. For the people in the live chat right now, if you woke up in the morning and saw that GBS was fired, would any of you be shocked? Would a single person be shocked if they woke up first thing in the morning and the very first thing you read, GBS has been let go? No announcement of a new coach, no announcement of his replacement. We're starting a search, blah, 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 whatever. You wake up in the morning, notification on your phone, Guillermo Barrascolotto has been fired by the LA Galaxy. Who is shocked?
I'd be surprised at the timing.
Because it's so late.
Yeah.
But the action itself.
No.
If you woke up the day after the tournament.
Well.
But if you woke up the day after.
It's Klein trying to save face. I mean, come on.
But I'm seeing, let's see, Dre Sounds, no. Rafael Rauda, no. Kevin Rodriguez, nope. Max Fancher, nope. Heriberto, no. Uncle Dishwasher, actually, yes, he would be shocked. Don, some random dude, wouldn't be shocked. He would just be sad. Everyone, even the people who aren't GBS out, it seems like the consensus is, I may not actively want him gone, but I could understand him being gone. I can wrap my mind around him being gone.
I mean, we've seen what he's done with his team, because don't forget that this is a GBS team. Like, this is a team that he's put together.
Oh yeah.
And he's constantly, he's constantly doing the same things over and over again. He's not playing to these players' ability, like not even trying to maybe change things up. Like, all right, it's not working. Maybe try a different formation. Maybe try different players. No, he sticks with the same thing over and over and again, and it's clearly doesn't work. But he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to it.
Well, we'll see on Saturday. He can't just stick to it. Whether you keep the same formation, whether you change the formation, you can't just stick to the plan.
Do you expect him to change though, Tuck?
Nothing I've seen would lead me to believe it. As someone who tries to be evidence based, especially about the Galaxy.
Because you know why, guys? You just got to trust process.
Trust process. Look, everybody. Shh.
Everyone, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes.
Close your. If you're not driving, close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes.
Even if you're driving,
calm down. Yeah. Well, I don't want to be on the hook for that. That's Ed talking.
Just go to 75, cruise control, you're fine.
75.
I'm assuming they're on the freeway.
But everybody slow down. Everybody relax. Shh. Trust the process, baby. Just trust it. Look. What is the process? If the entire team from an October game in 2017, save for Jonathan Dos Santos, is gone, what is the process? If you haven't promoted a youth player since Gyasi Zardes, who was in your academy for a heartbeat and a half, who actually played and worked out, what is the process?
Hey man, if you gotta ask, you just don't get it.
I don't get it.
You just don't get it, man.
I don't get it. I will be the first to admit I don't get it. And Dre Sound is in our YouTube live chat. He says GBS has no style. I disagree with that. I would say GBS's style does not fit what DTK wants and what Klein has planned. I think if these three were on the same page, they could be successful. I don't know that Hernandez was a GBS guy. Given the names we were rumored to, like Edison Cavani, Luis Suarez, Sergio Aguero, seems like there was a style GBS wanted. And then we ended up with a guy who seems more likely, and I may sound racist here, but and it's actually not DTK for me. It seems like we ended up with a guy someone like Klein would have wanted. A ticket seller. A needle mover. Not someone who works with what we have. Not a final piece of the puzzle. Zlatan seemed like he worked more to GBS's style. It was more successful. Outside of a couple boneheaded defensive signatures like Siani and Stelvik, who are from the last administration, who are not from a GBS administration. Outside of them, someone like Zlatan should have overall been relatively successful. Then you factor in Pavone, who looks like a GBS guy. Like, it seems more like there are 3 different systems going on. There is what GBS would like to do. There is what DTK would like to do. And there is what Klein and the overall brain trust would like to do. If those 3 guys could somehow get on the same page, I could be open to another transfer window at GBS, especially if it's going to keep Klinsmann at bay. But I could be open to another transfer window at GBS if those 3 dudes can get on the same page. But if you think about it, if you look at it, it reads more like GBS got somebody he didn't want, and he is sticking to his style. We're all going to go down with the ship. But it looks like he's got a style. We just don't have the pieces for it.
Yeah, and there's a reason I can't trust in the process. Is because that's the same thing they said when they hired Anolfo, and they were like, "We're just gonna play the kids, and we're gonna see how it works."
That's what I want. I want, when we lose against LAFC, I want GBS to come out and be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna learn from this." And look, the guys are just as angry as you are, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna study this. And we're gonna learn from it. You know what? This is not gonna happen again. It would be amazing if in is it Argentine? Is that the language?
Spanish?
Is that they don't speak? There's not like an Argentine language. It's just Spanish. They speak Spanish. It's one of those countries I never really think about. Like I think about Messi, and that's it. If in Spanish he just came out and word for word did a Kurt Anolfo quote, extension. I might be in.
3 years. 3 more years.
I might be. Well, that's 2, but I might be in. I might be willing to watch the Titanic go, the Hindenburg crash for 2 years. But
Chris will be there with his violin. Just like, hey, we're gonna play it out, baby.
Play us down, gentlemen. They're not letting us on the boat. Too dark. I can make that joke. It's cool.
All right. Moving on a little bit, we did get an email from Big Tony updating us on the season.
All those Corner of the Galaxy listeners are like, nope.
I'm just not gonna subscribe to this. How can I scrub this from my YouTube
my
history?
memory?
So we want to give a big thanks to Big Tony. He always, does a great job with these emails he sends out to us. So going into the restart, Chris leads with 3 points, having correctly predicted the score and the outcome of the 2020 season opener, the 1-1 draw. Ed is second with 2 points, also having predicted the correct outcome of the opening match, along with the goal scorer. And Ben is third with 1 point that came from winning the Corona Cup. Listener predictions, Brian L. and Matt E. lead the pack with 4 points each. Fredo and Jamie Bacon are tied with 3 each, and 8 others have 2 points. The prediction link will be emailed and tweeted out tonight. Go to Big Tony, Big Tony _42? Chris, if you can look that up for me real quick. The full standings will be available at riotsquadcast.com. Looking forward, Saturday the G's travel to the stank of California. Nice. For a 3 p.m. match. How bad is it going to be? All I know is I will have my whiskey ready. You should too. So yeah, if you don't know, if you're new, hey, all those Corner of the Galaxy listeners, if you're new, we do a prediction game. So because we like to involve our audience. So if you go and you predict the outcome of the game, goal scorers, and we do you get points, and at the end of the season, our great friend Big Tony.
What am I looking for?
Big Tony's Twitter handle.
Oh, it's Twitter, okay.
Yeah.
I almost gave out his personal email. I was just like...
and his phone number.
I was like, there's no way he wants me to give that out. That doesn't seem right.
The last 3 digits on the back of his card. Chris card.
Yeah, let me grab his Twitter. It's at Big Tony _42.
So go follow him on Twitter if you are a Twitter user. He will send out the link where it's like a Google Doc. You print, fill it out with all your stuff. And the winner of it gets like a beer prize from Big Tony.
We just retweeted it from at Riot Squadcast.
Well, there you go. You can do that as well. It's always fun. It's always fun to see everyone's outcome and what they thought the game was going to be. Because a lot of times we kind of sway people. Like you'll see where we go, a lot of people will go.
Yeah, where we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dragging you down with us, baby. Yeah. That's what we're doing. So let's go. I think Ben's last, so we're gonna go with Ben with this prediction. Then, Ben, you gotta give us your.
Well, first, let me tell you what Vegas has to say.
What?
The Galaxy are the longest odds I've seen them in.
I want to compare because I do have the ones that the MLS has up on.
So the Galaxy are essentially they're a plus 550.
Okay, so they have 575.
Damn, that's better odds than you can get in Vegas. The best you can get, well, I shouldn't say in Vegas. The best you can get in the online gaming community is a plus 550. The Galaxy are a 2-goal underdog if you're going to play the spread. And the overall scoreline that, let's see, where am I? The OddsShark has is a 3.4 for Chivas to a 0.2
Jeez.
for the Galaxy.
Nice. All right.
That's pathetic. I mean, basically, we're going to lose 4-0 is what they say. And
It's not
man, you know what?
it's not too far fetched.
That's not too far fetched. I'm wondering if we score. I don't know.
Well, we did have a sweet own goal, so there's always a possibility, Benjamin.
You never know.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say we lose, and we lose. I like 4-1, I guess.
God damn.
And I'll say
That's Phoenix Rising numbers.
yeah. Well, you know what? It's kind of men against boys still.
Well, yeah,
That's
it's not-
fucking
yeah,
cold.
start that off. Yeah, you're true.
Dude,
You're
yeah.
right.
You know, and I think the only reason they don't score 6 is because of Jonah. So I will say, you know what? I'll give the goal to Pavone on a penalty. I think that's really the only way that we're going to get one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that seems pretty fair. All right. My prediction is we're definitely going to lose. I mean, that's like a given. We're going to lose. Now, how bad are we going to lose is the real question.
Yeah.
That's
That's
real
the game
question.
you're playing.
That's the game you're playing. I'm going to say I don't want to give them 5 because that would just
Can I tell you something?
that would mean they would have scored 16 goals in 3 games against us.
Can I tell you something? This is genuinely painful to watch.
It's
Like watching you guys, and I am next. I can only assume it's going to get worse. Watching you guys try to quantify your pain on Saturday is really, really hard to watch. Like, because I thought about this prior to this, and I'm watching you guys like the wheels spinning, and you figure it out, and it's just it's hard, man. It's a hard watch. So I just wanted to sprinkle that in really quick.
man. Ben said 4-1. I'll give us. Jesus. I'll say 5-1 because our team is so bad. I say it's got to be Pavone. It's got to be Pavone. He's literally the only one who's going to score any goals for us. Or we can get on on a free kick. God,
It's got to be a penalty, man. That's the only way we score this year.
Yeah, again, own goal, but God, I hate this team. And we're asking which team? It's both.
Yeah.
I just hate both of them. I'm so sad. Christopher.
But wait, so you have Pavone?
Yeah, it's got to be Pavone.
I know you guys are right. I know you're right.
It's about them points, bro. Like, you just don't go with your heart. Go with your mind.
I'm not going with my heart, and I'm not going with my mind. I'm an American, Ed.
Go with your gut.
I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my freedom gut. I am going to take a ludicrously optimistic 2-2. I don't even know who could possibly score 2 goals for us. I can't even bullshit you. I have zero idea. In this fantasy, I have no idea who can get 2 goals for us. I'm praying. You know, if again you're a COG listener, I am an atheist, so I'm not much of a prayer, but I do pray to Kobe Jones. I'm praying and Kobe Bryant at this point now. I am praying that I don't know, they get a red card somewhere.
Really?
That's what I'm shooting on. And it's not going to happen because that's not the way Major League Soccer
but
works.
even if they get a red card, we saw
That's
against
why we
Portland.
get a draw. That's why we get a draw.
Even against Portland, we couldn't score against a 10-man Portland.
I'm going to take fuck your negativity. I'm also going on something a little different. You guys are in a general agreement And usually when you guys are in an agreement and I go another direction, it works out in my favor. But I'm not going crazy with a win because then God will smack me down for mocking him. So I'm going to take 2-2. Obviously, Pavone for one of them. I'm going to give the other one to Gordon Wild. I believe in the kid. I'm hoping he keeps going, keeps showing some good work.
I can see him coming off the bench.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I could see him starting because I still don't really know who's going to start up top.
Oh, yeah, we didn't really finish.
We never finished it, yeah. But, Sasha, legit, Zubak, whatever. I'm going to give it to Pavone. I'm going to give it to Wild. And I'm just going to pray.
Fuck it. Zubak hat trick.
Zubatrick.
Zubatrick.
Yeah, I don't know how else it could happen, but 2-2. Go with God, my poor dear gentleman.
Vaya con Dios.
You know, Tuck, oh, man, it's not bad, man.
It's hopes, man. It's as far as I can get with hope. Is a 2-2 draw. I don't even. Who the fuck scoring 2 goals for us?
Look, earlier I said
score 2 all year.
Earlier I said hope is really good. You know about not.
I fear.
Don't hope. Don't put your hope in this team, bro. Like that's just.
Oh, I don't think I have. I have a hope in Pavone. Pavone gives me a weird Zlatan-esque hope in a different way because Zlatan I watched magic happen every week. If you are a new fan, or Lord forbid, if you're a fan who picked this team up right after Zlatan left, I'm sorry. We used to be good. Get in touch. I have old MLS Cup videos.
I swear, it's not always going to be like this.
We'll see. When you guys get serious about a boycott after this COVID thing's over, it may not always be like this, but it'll probably be like this for a while. Pavone is really, 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 really good. The problem is everyone knows it, and he's not Zlatan. They can do something about it. They can put 7 dudes on Pavone and still keep a clean sheet against us because there's no one else.
And score 5.
We have defensive stalwart that is Daniel Oh my God, might be 3-2. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going with my American freedom gut.
I'd believe in you if like Gonzalez doesn't start the game.
He's gonna start. He has to start.
Oh, then it's
all money.
I'm definitely winning this prediction game.
You two are gonna be a lot closer than me, but somebody has to have hope. When you guys go low, we're going high.
Scoring multiple.
We're going right in the middle. Actually,
multiple goal games. Yeah, directly right in the middle.
And only keeping a team drastically better than us to 2 goals.
Yeah. We set that bar super low, baby.
Hey,
keep it low.
That's what we're shooting. That's what I'm shooting for.
Because you get less disappointed.
That's why you guys go first.
Exactly.
That's why you guys go first.
Exactly.
Usually I have, if you're new, usually I have a rah-rah speech to talk you into believing to 2-2. I don't want to do that to you. Keep your expectations around where Ben and Ed are. And then hopefully you and I are celebrating on Saturday.
Look, man, we're already living in some dark times, man. You got to get people false hope and stuff, man.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, on the bright side, we are not the biggest underdog of the weekend. Vancouver is.
Oh, the team that we lost to in the beginning of the season?
Yes.
Why you got to bring up old shit, Ed? That was the first. That was MLS 2020 Part 1. That one's done.
That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, this is the thing. That was a new hope. MLS is back. Is more like.
Oh, it's definitely.
MLS is back. More Die Hard 2. Seems apt. MLS is back. What's a trilogy that ends on 3 that's good?
None of them.
Godfather's bad. Return of the Jedi is all right. Return of the Jedi is better than all right. It's just not better than the second one. Andrew. Who else is that going to be directed at? Yeah, I can't think of any other trilogies that end. What is it? Back to the Future 3 is terrible.
Yeah, no.
Terrible movie. I don't know why people like that. Anyway.
Matrix sucked. Trilogies are hard, man.
Trilogies are difficult. I'm trying to Google like good third movies in a trilogy, and I can't think of any.
Toy Story.
I almost cried watching Toy Story 3 in a theater.
Dude, how'd you not cry?
I was on a date watching that movie.
I was like, they're gonna fucking burn these goddamn toys.
Yeah, I was on a date. I was on a date watching that movie.
Dark Knight Rises. That's the worst of the series. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I should just stick with Die Hard. Die Hard with a Vengeance is fucking badass. I love that movie. Yeah, all the other thirds are terrible. Rocky 3.
Ooh, John Wick.
Rocky 3.
I dig Rocky 3.
Yeah, Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is way better than Rocky 2. I haven't seen John Wick 3. I haven't seen John Wick 2.
Get on that.
Rocky 2 was good too, though, man.
Rocky 2 is awful. What are you talking about?
Rocky 2. No,
Rocky 2 is the worst Rocky movie. It is worse than Rocky 5.
Which is the one with Hulk Hogan and
Thunderlips? That's Rocky 3.
Yeah, that's Rocky 3. Yeah.
Thunderlips.
You know, the one that's way better than Rocky 2.
What a name.
Rocky 2, really?
Yeah, Rocky 2 wasn't bad.
Is Rocky 2 the one where his trainer dies?
That's Rocky 3.
That's Rocky 3.
Rocky 1, him versus Apollo Creed.
Loses, right?
No contest. They both get knocked out. Neither of them get up. Rocky 2.
He loses.
Does he lose?
He loses.
I haven't watched it in too long. Rocky 2, he beats Apollo Creed, wins the belt. Rocky 3, he gets a little lazy because now he's won. And this is where, so in Rocky 3, what's his name? Mickey. It's way more interesting than the Galaxy losing the LAFC for me. Rocky 3, I love Rocky 3, Mickey dies, who's his trainer. Mickey dies. And so he gets trained by Apollo Creed, who was the bad guy, who's the antagonist in Rocky 2. He's not really a bad guy. Trains Rocky to become an actual boxer because in Rocky 1 and 2, he's not a real boxer.
Is this the one where they're running on the beach?
This really like...
Yes.
And they're like, yeah.
Here's the thing. Can I... yeah, that's the one.
Wait, what are they like?
Knee deep in water, and they're like, yeah, bro.
No, that's not how you said it. What do they do?
Yeah.
There you are. What time? Cut that. I had someone tell us we need to have more drops, that you need to start actually cutting these, and that was a perfect one. Yeah, so he has like a heart attack or something, and then Apollo Creed, the antagonist from the first two, trains Rocky to become an actual boxer for Rocky 3 so he can tire out Clubber Lang, the bad guy. Rocky 4, Rocky versus Ivan Drago, beats Apollo Creed to death. Yeah. Rocky goes fucking like crazy Soviet strength while he's training to fight him on Christmas Day. Loses part of his eyesight during the fight because it's real, you know, if I can change and you can change, we all can change, whatever. Rocky 5, he starts training Tommy the Machine Gun, takes on the Mickey role, but that movie wasn't very good. So he takes on the Mickey role again in Rocky Balboa, which was Rocky 6, ostensibly. And then you get Creed, and now Creed 2.
Way too long.
Really? That was my short version.
I know. Thank you. If you have your suggestions for...
you need Chris to run down the series.
You can send to at Riot Squadcast.
Yeah, Dennis Vasquez said Twilight.
I've never seen Twilight.
Me neither.
I've seen part of the second to last.
I worked at Blockbuster when that movie came out on DVD, and I wanted to shoot myself every day because we had to play it on loop on every TV, and I wanted to shoot.
Do you have a general understanding of the story?
I had to watch it. Like, you sit there for hours, so you're like,
you don't have to watch it.
There's times where you literally just have to sit there because there's like no customers because it's Blockbuster in like 2009.
Maybe if their workers were working harder or like bringing in customers off the street, they would still be around.
Or not stealing videos. How about just not stealing videos? Maybe they'd be.
I never stole videos.
You purchased.
Candy is a different story.
Oh my God!
Hello.
Look, where are we at?
Hello.
Where's the time? You guys got? If you're listening to this on the podcast, go to the YouTube page. Watch Ed's face when he says candy.
1 minute and 39.
1 hour.
Hour 39. Sorry.
Watch Ed's face at an hour and 39 minutes when he says candy. It was amazing. Fast and Furious. There's a series that only gets better.
Oh no!
Although the third one's Tokyo Drift. Third one's Tokyo Drift, and it's awful. Second one is not terrible. What are you talking about?
Oh, they filmed part of Tokyo Drift at my high school.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird. No, Fast and Furious 1 and 2 are good. 3 is terrible. What are you talking? Fast and Furious is the best American cinematic series about car racing. I couldn't. Even in the joke, I couldn't.
All right, Ben. Let's get to this lightning round, man. A lot of candy. Like, I stole a lot of candy.
Got it. Just about cars.
Obvious, right?
Just about cars.
It's obvious, right? Though.
Fast 5 is a legitimately good movie.
I stopped watching after the third one.
Oh, you fucked. That's when it starts to get good. Okay. They shift from like, we're going to start racing cars, and it becomes more like Italian Job.
Like, it's just more, it's like, we're just going to jump a car into a helicopter, into another building.
But it's like Marvel movies. Each one gets bigger, but they're all still like, the base is still about like driving cars fast.
Into space on the next one?
I hope so.
With John Cena?
That's the only place you can see him.
Anyways, Ben, go ahead.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Art from Lars and Poi Sushi, who both asked Klinsman questions, which we answered earlier.
Art what?
That's just Art from Lars.
Big shout out.
Art Sanchez. From Lars.
The jersey.
Can you like
lower the camera?
Lower it down, or would I gotta like pick the jersey up, or what?
Yeah, pick the jersey up.
All right, hang on.
We get big shout out
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, all-star of the show, purchased a signed Robbie Keane jersey and donated it to the show because he is a baller. And as Chris would describe him, huge penis.
Huge penis. Oh, massive.
Yeah, massive. That's
Johnson.
Yes.
Massive Johnson. Did you yank the tags off of it? Oh, no. New with tags.
Oh, with
That's
tags.
the level of quality we're talking about here. With tags, so you know the shit's authentic. And he's smart. He got it in a large, so that all of us fat asses
would never be able to wear it. Yeah.
So it will hang in the Baron DeBelter podcast studio for all time. So thank you, Art Sanchez.
Big ups.
I don't know if any of that.
Yes, thank you, Art.
I'm sure they got it.
They figured it out.
Yeah. All right, Ben. You want to shoot us those questions, sir?
Yeah. So let's see.
Massive penis, Art Sanchez.
Trevor B.
2 Coke cans.
Jesus Christ. It's like never actually pleasured a woman. Just very painful experience.
Or man.
Or man, whatever you're into, Art. No, he's actually married.
No, he's married.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
he's having a kid. I just remembered that.
Dom Rulio, do you bench Seba if Corona, Sasha, and Dos Santos are available?
Bench who?
Sebastian.
Oh, even if they're not available.
Yeah, you can go ahead and bench that dude.
Look, what is he? So, what are we playing him at? Attacking midfield, right? In this scenario, we're saying we're playing him attacking midfield. There's a kid named Victor Valdez on G2. Didn't have a great game. I'd rather start him than Sebastian Lletget. Not even bullshitting you. Adrian Vera, G2. Rather start him than Sebastian Lletget. Ivan Gutierrez, G2. Rather start him than Sebastian Lletget. Sebastian Hernandez. Rather start him than Sebastian.
Better
Lletget.
Sebastian.
But at least the best Sebastian. My little Sebastian. At least then we're developing towards something. What are we doing with Sebastian Lletget? What progress has been made? Even in the practice videos the Galaxy showed, even in the one video the Galaxy showed in practice, Sebastian Lletget took the ball in the air and immediately looked to pass backwards. I'm good. I'm way more out on Sebastian Lletget than I am on GBS. Because there's not like a Jurgen Klinsmann over Sebastian Lletget's shoulder waiting to come back in. But I'm way more out on Sebastian Lletget. Ready to move on. Everyone should be ready to move on. Start Efrain instead.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with. Yeah, exactly. Get the kid some minutes, man. Give him some minutes, so you can sell him and get some money back.
Did nothing I say about the jersey come over?
I guess not. Who cares?
Thank you, Art. Sorry. Thank you, Art. Really appreciate it. New with tags. Size large. None of our fat asses take it. Done.
That's a summary about it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Got a massive penis, Art.
2 Coke cans.
No pleasure.
Stacked on top. Now, I didn't say side to side.
Oh, okay.
It's on top.
See, I assumed you went side to side.
Girth?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't everyone have stacked on top?
Yep.
Oh, it's the face, Ed. It's always the face.
Ben, what's the next question? Move on quickly.
Ben's going to need a second. We're going to take a quick break. Look, by the way, patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. This might be a good time to sprinkle that in while Ben's dying. If you'd like to help the show out, keep the lights on, keep everything going, patreon.com/Riot Squadcast can sign up for, $5, $10, or $20 tier. And there's a custom tier where you can put in as much as you want. We actually recorded UEFA Born 11 right before the show started tonight. So that will be going out this week. Again, apologies. I had a house full of kids and this school shit and all these things going on. So it's made it a little difficult, and these scripts take a little while longer than I expected. But I'm going right into the next one. Looks like I'll be doing SoCal Born 11 for next week. And I already have that list. I have the list done, just writing a much shorter script for it. And I've got the whole thing figured out of how it's going to work now. So it should go a lot quicker. But patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. Any of the tiers will work. Galaxy 11's list is going to be up first, and then individual game breakdowns. These are all exclusive to Patreon. Nothing gets taken away from the show, but if you'd like something a little extra, the things that take me away from my family, that you can pay for. So patreon.com/Riot Squadcast.
Boom. All right, Ben, next question.
Off the Post 18 wants to know if GBS gets sacked at some point in the future, who do you replace him with?
That's always the question, right? Because
Jurgen.
it's it's going to be Jurgen. And then I might just not watch the team for a couple years.
For a while.
Yeah. it's hard because it's like who's available, who realistically can the Galaxy get at this point.
See, that'd be a good time to knock up Denise, because then you got to worry about watching.
Like, I got the kid. I mean, what can I can't go to games right now. I got the kid. Got the wife at home.
It's a lovely excuse. I mean, the correct answer that we have to say.
Piojo, because that's already two of them in the.
Yeah, it's the right answer.
Yeah, that's the only answer.
How dare you?
Yeah.
First off, how dare you? Miguel Herrera. I mean, there appears to be a common thread in YouTube and on Twitter for who the Galaxy have to get. This is the problem. It's not the problem. This is the issue with this question. Who would have saw Kurt Onolfo? Who would have saw Ziggy Schmid? It's really tough to gauge from a coaching standpoint where this administration views themselves. If GBS goes, it's Klein's third head coach, fourth if you count Bruce, that's leaving under his administration. I would assume he'd want a pretty surefire bet. But every move I've ever seen that man make, that's not fair. Every move I've seen that man make recently is marketing driven. So I would assume it's I don't know how to say the guy's name, but I would assume it's the guy from America.
Herrera.
Piojo. I would assume it's him because most of our moves seem ticket driven.
Well, but Dre Sound says Maradona. You were talking about ticket driven.
I would gladly take this ship down with Diego Maradona in a heartbeat. I mean,
I said, see that dude take a bump on the sideline and be like, let's go.
Live your life, man.
Hey, man.
It's not my place to judge. Yeah. Get Gio back in.
Yeah, so we bring Gio back.
Oh, boy.
Let's
not go back down that road.
I genuinely don't know, but it's that is the at least in the case of Klein, that is the several $1 million question. Who
All
knows?
right. So in the interest of time, I'm going to rush you guys through these. Do you think that firing Klein makes a difference? That's Volcanic 44.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it comes from a question earlier. Again, COG Discord, big ups, of what happens, or sorry, it was on Twitter actually. What happens tomorrow if Klein gets fired? Like nothing. Roster's still the same. But any person that is powerful enough in an organization to decide when they are going to and when they're not going to make roster decisions is someone who has their imprint on every decision in the club. If you are in favor of the direction of the club, then he should hang out. If you are not in favor of the direction of the club, then you wanting him gone makes sense. I'm not here to tell you whether you should or shouldn't. I'm still a firm believer that if you are on board with all the positive things are DTK and GBS, then when they go bad, it's not Klein's fault. They can't only be on the hook for the things you like, and they're not on the hook for the things you don't like. If DTK is your guy, and you're still riding with him, you're still riding with Klein. Once you're done on DTK, then you should be done on Klein. For me, logically, that makes sense.
Take the Wheel 64 wants to know who would you like to have on the pod? Uncle Phil, Dave Sarakin, or Joe Totino?
Joe.
I would love Joe, just because I know he's a good dude. But if is this saying we could have, like, say we give a caveat of, like, if we could ask him anything and they'd be honest with us?
Yeah.
I'd love
Phil.
Phil. Oh,
yeah, it's
God.
Phil.
Oh,
where did your family hide that gold? How'd you guys get that gold out? It's in there.
That's a pretty interesting last name, sir.
What was Argentina like? That one might
might
be too far.
Yeah, no, God, no.
That one, yeah, don't roll with me on that. If we're talking like Wonder Woman, Lasso of Truth, Uncle Phil for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else being equal, probably Joe Totino. I love that.
That was my first choice when I saw that question.
All right, so Albert Diaz says, does Oscar Pareja's instant success with Orlando further point to GBS's ineptitude?
I would say no. I mean, Pareja's been in the league for so much longer than GBS has as a coach. Man, it's saddened me that to see an Orlando go to like a final of a tournament and us do so poorly. But I don't think it's I think it says more about Oscar Pereira and their situation than it does with GBS and ours.
For me, if the Galaxy make it to a final and lose, it's not a bad season, but I don't call it a good season. It's cool. I'm willing to roll with you again. I know that you got a plan. We're moving in the right direction, but I don't count that as a good year. Pereira has got a hell of a resume, and good on him. But you forget, managing for the Galaxy, just like being a youth player coming through the academy for the Galaxy, is a different kettle of fish than it is for a lot of other teams. Pereira may have a better understanding of what ownership wants, a better understanding of what a team president wants, maybe a team president that's not necessarily driven by ticket sales.
Yeah, there's different expectations.
There's different expectations. There's different potential stumbling blocks. So I'd rather have Oscar Pereira than GBS, but it's for me. I mean, for me, the Galaxy and most other teams in the league are apples and oranges because you're being forced to work within different constraints.
So, D beat to death. Yes.
Isaac, my man, just signed up on Patreon. You my dude. I want to shout it out in the middle of the show. Isaac.
Double cocaines.
I'm only calling you Isaac because I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Aguirre.
Isaac. How do you?
Aguirre.
Isaac Aguirre. Isaac Aguirre. You my dude.
I mean, that was more like Congo style of pronouncing the name, but I mean, we'll let it go.
Isaac Aguirre. Let me tell you something. This is all based on the movie Congo, by the way. Did you eat my sesame cake? Mr. Hamuka. Sorry.
Isaac Aguirre.
I've had a long week. I've had a really long week, Ben.
So is the new Gonzalez instantly better than the old Gonzalez?
Absolutely.
Omar?
No.
Yanni.
Is Yanni better than
People. Without even stepping foot on the field.
Oh man!
Like before he even arrives in LA.
That's putting some real potential bad karma in your lane. I can't roll with you guys on that. I'm gonna say I am open to giving him an opportunity to show me he deserves his place here, and open to giving him an opportunity to earn his place going forward.
I just want him to have, because I've seen him especially in the highlight videos, the name on the back of a jersey is Yanni G, and I fucking love that so much. That's pretty dope. And I hope that's what he has on the back of his jersey. You
know what I do like about him? I mean, it's not Pipo related. If you want somebody better than Pipo, Jesus Vasquez on G2, already better than him. Jalen Neal, 16 years old on G2, probably going to be better than him. You know what I did like about him? His birthday is July 11th. And I've never had a Galaxy player who shares their birthday with me. And now I got one. The moment he steps foot on the field, it's official. Like, I can put him in my calendar now, but I will have a first-team Galaxy player that I share a birthday with.
Get the Yanni G jersey, sir.
Yanni G, greater than Becky G. Bixby, gold.
Nice.
Sid Patel wants you to...
Whoa. God, it just got sexy in here.
Yeah, well, he wants you to play Marry, Fuck, Kill with Landon, Bruce, and Keno.
I feel like we've done Keen before, and I don't remember what my answer is, so it's definitely going to be different now because I'm in a different headspace. Marry, Fuck, Kill.
I definitely wouldn't have sex with Bruce because it would be all limp and stuff.
Isn't that a positive for you as a heterosexual male?
No.
You want it as rock hard as possible.
Look, if I'm going to go for it.
Does that help? Oh,
if I'm gonna
you're
go
going for it.
Like...
I like that I set you up where you were the bottom for Bruce, and you were like, yeah.
Power bottom.
You were like, yeah, absolutely.
Power bottom.
I'll suck that dick. I'm in.
We'll see where the night takes us. We have a couple glasses of wine.
You red wine guy, white wine?
Red wine for sure.
Bit of candles.
Yeah. The new name is Power Bottom.
Candles.
The aromatherapy candles are going.
You take a bath first? Just kind of, make sure everything's refreshed.
You just gotta make sure everything's clean. You just don't want to, you know what? You had a long day of, whatever you're doing your job. You were out, doing,
For the record, this is for New England Revolution manager Bruce Arena.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you come home and it's like the pedals are leading to the bed. You're just like, okay, it's gonna be that kind of night. And we're like, we're doing this, and I'm gonna button my shirt.
We're doing this. I like that. I like that in this scenario. Scenario.
I'm creating
your ideas.
my own fan fiction.
Yeah.
between me and former Galaxy coach Bruce Arena.
In this scenario, you didn't even know you were getting sodomized when you walked into the house. And you walked in because you guys share a residence, apparently.
Yeah. I mean,
where he's got a key.
I mean, in
Are you
my,
at that
in my
stage?
head, that's where, yeah.
So are you marrying Bruce Arena? What's happening here?
I feel like we're already
Can I
like
marry,
committed
date, kill?
partners, that kind of thing, you know?
Sure.
Like we made the commitment, like this is happening.
If you found out, presumably, he violated? I mean, I don't know what word to use.
It would be
What's consensual?
We'd be making love,
Okay.
sir.
So if you found out not even making love, like you found out he went to like a nightclub and he met some dude and they were like, yo, bout it, wop, dap, presumably.
I see Bruce walk into the club, just like this aura around him.
This should be its own Patreon episode.
Again, I'd like to apologize to all the COG listeners.
Oh, they left a long time ago, man.
Yeah, I mean, see that the two top buttons unbuttoned,
Oh.
and it's like, you can get it.
What is your answer for Bruce Arena?
Yeah. So, well, no, just go through them all. Like,
No, hang on.
no,
What is your
wait.
answer specifically for Bruce Arena?
I'm saying like I would probably kill Bruce Arena.
This whole scenario is building towards you killing Bruce Arena. This isn't you. Like I assumed
Denise,
because you had
get out now.
you built this whole scenario in your head. It would conclude at least with you having sex with Bruce Arena.
Yeah,
And I
in
assumed
the best case scenario.
if you were having sex with Bruce Arena, it would just be like a casual one-off situation and not like him romantically wooing you. It sounds like
I don't think he's a wooer. Like, I've shook his
I
hand.
think by the end of this situation, he's going to be wooing like Rick goddamn Flair.
Woo, 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 baby.
I don't want to answer this question anymore.
Yeah, we could probably. I think that
wanna
was a good enough
this.
answer. I think.
I
I just want George to draw
I think he is. I think he is.
me and Bruce like on a bed of petals.
I
or,
figured
like, in a
it
heart.
was just you on a heart-shaped bed with petals on the floor in a bathrobe, like leaning on an arm,
No, it should be me and like.
and the door opens.
What's the movie where like the petals are falling and she's like
Oh, American Beauty?
American Beauty?
Covering your man titties?
Yeah,
Love
my
it.
moobs.
Oh, man.
So
We're never getting a press pass.
Everyone who's listening
No,
to this
ever.
We're
I mean,
never
it's
getting.
done.
How do
It's
we get a
done.
press pass? How do we we need a press pass for when the Galaxy play the New England Revolution? And they're
Everyone
like,
who's
no.
listening to this tonight are gonna have dreams about me and Bruce Arena because this is like the last thing before you like knock out to go to sleep.
Oh, everyone on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, imagine if people got to go to work,
You guys are
man.
gonna have some weird, fucked up dreams tonight,
Yeah, that's it's over.
and you're welcome.
Oh, God, that was creepy.
You're welcome.
All right, last one.
All right.
Congratulations to Uncle Dishwasher. His wife just had a child. He's looking for advice.
Boy or girl?
He doesn't say.
Chris, I got this.
Huh? No, go. No, you know what? Go for it.
Yeah. No,
I want to see.
I want to hear.
I
This
want to
too.
see what you're in for.
So I can just leave my dog and cat and go, and we're good. Like I can leave them for 12 hours. So I suggest like a crate. Just put them in there. Put like a bowl.
Put him.
Yeah, put it in a bowl.
It's a girl.
Put her in. She's probably lovely. I'm sure. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Just put like a bowl and like a water thing. She'll be fine.
Is there food in this bowl?
Sure.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, seriously though, congrats, man. Mazel tov on the girl. Go
What
on.
advice do you have? I want to know your actual advice.
Come on.
You got
let's fuck
nothing?
around.
What about you, Ben? You got a couple girls.
Yeah, I got girls. No, you know what? My advice is enjoy them.
Is
while
this
they-
first one?
Is
First
this
child.
first one? Oh,
Wait, when did she have this kid?
congratulations. I don't know. It just said recently.
I just want to make sure recently wasn't like 6 o'clock.
No, 6 hours ago.
So, I mean, when they're babies, they're only babies. Tuck, you know this too. Everything they do once.
Mhm.
You know, all those first. Enjoy that. And when I tell people this, Tuck, I think I told you, the greatest feeling that you're gonna have as a father is when you're holding your baby and they're sleeping in your arms and you're kind of laying down and you're a little bit half asleep too, but they're sleeping there on your chest, and it's just like there's no greater feeling in the world. There's no greater connection that you're ever going to have to any other human being
Mhm.
than in that minute. And I don't know. I miss it because both my kids are big now. Like I don't have a baby anymore, but that's like the one thing I miss about having a baby is having that, I don't know, just
That
sleeping
time.
Yeah. So, and the other thing I'll say is take all the time. Take the time away from work. Take the 8 weeks that they give you.
Yeah.
That was invaluable. I mean, I loved spending all the time with my girls. So, yeah, take the time and enjoy it. They're only young once. They're only a baby once. And trust me, once they start talking, you're going to wish they were a baby.
And
God,
then
they
they
don't
grow
shut
up and
up.
start calling you
Yeah.
fat and
Start
Getting
calling
in
their
fights.
sisters like, dude,
Yeah, Damien's getting ready to turn 2, and he turns 2 literally 1 month from today. Ben's spot on, first and foremost. Take every single day. Ben's a better dad than he lets on. He said you're an awesome dad. Take every single minute they'll give you. Fight for every minute that they won't. I agree with Ben 100%. Enjoy every first thing, because the things you're looking forward to,
Got that
that
fucker.
you got the fly?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Kill that sumbitch. All right, reset dishwasher.
sorry, I had to ruin that heartfelt moment with
It's all right.
killing of a fucking mosquito.
You're really good at How have we been doing this 3 years? How have you not gotten any better?
I choose not to.
Okay. Oh, well then, you do you, boo. Although
it's like prep. He just chooses not to.
you tell a hell of a fan fiction.
Oh, I can go on for days about Bruce Arena.
Let's not do it right now. This is about his daughter,
Okay,
about his little
sorry.
girl, this little precious little one.
Just the rolls. and
take-
just licking butter.
God, flap this
Tucker,
titty.
go.
Up. Flap this titty up, Bruce.
I'm gonna mute him for a minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
I can mute myself.
I mute myself like a big boy. Take every single minute that they'll give you. Fight for every minute that they won't. Ben's completely correct. Enjoy all the tiny things, because the tiny things go away. And when they go away, they don't come back. I love my favorite thing in the world, probably, as heavy as my 99th percentile potato sack of a son is. My favorite memory probably has to be when he was about 2 months old, and at around 2:33 in the morning, and this was still relatively early on when I was, foolishly thinking I would get to sleep through 3 in the morning. Erica had gone back to sleep, and Damien had woken back up, and it was my turn to be with him. And I got to just rock him on my chest. And we were the only people in the universe, in the world, in the universe, in the galaxy, in the whatever. It's just me and him. At least it feels that way. And that goes away. Like he's, for the most part, he sleeps through the night now. I miss those 3 a.m. moments. As much as I enjoy sleeping through 3 a.m., I miss me and him being the only people in the world. Take a bunch of pictures, take a bunch of videos, because you're going to memorize how she looks at 2 months, and then that goes away. My son looks completely different than he did at 2 months old. And I love looking at him at 2 months old. I still go back and look at his old pictures. Record as much as you can, but don't watch his life or her life through your phone screen. Be the dad. Best advice I can give you: don't go anywhere. There are times you may want to. There's times you may be frustrated. There's times that, it seems like it's too hard. Believe me, it ain't. Because to that little girl, you're fucking Superman. You're bigger than Superman. Because to her, Superman doesn't even exist. Do what I do. I just steal quotes from Batman, so Damien thinks I'm a genius. He doesn't know. He hasn't read Batman yet. I steal lines from The Godfather all the time. Dad's a goddamn genius. I'm the best shooter in the world. I'm better than Michael Jordan, because he doesn't know who fucking Michael Jordan is. Like, you get to be the biggest star in the world.
You are your kid's Michael Jordan.
That's it. And this thing, like, you should think, you know what? Actually, number one, this is the number one thing I can give you. Whatever your trauma is, whatever you dealt with as a child, or you survived as a child, or you learned to cope with as a young man by ignoring it or pushing it down, whatever emotional shit you got, whatever baggage you got, fucking sort it now. Because it ain't about you anymore. Whatever bullshit you talk yourself into, or you help yourself cope with, or you help yourself deal with by not really dealing with it, now's the time to deal with that shit because you don't want to push it to her. She is it. Your life is done. You are the protector of that little girl. You are the teacher for that little girl. You are the trainer for that little girl. She's going to watch you closer than you ever understand. And someday, long in the future, way after your Lars family and your Riot Squadcast family has threatened and maybe even assaulted a few boyfriends, she's going to meet her dude or her lady. And you don't want her carrying your bullshit and baggage with her to that relationship. You don't want her having her little girl or her little boy and carrying dad's bullshit and dad's baggage with her into that life. So do your best to square whatever. And look, I don't need to know your trauma. Your old lady doesn't need to know your trauma. It would probably help if she did. But the one person who definitely doesn't need your trauma and your baggage and your bullshit is that perfect little girl. So if you owe her anything, you owe her being a good teacher. And one of the first things that you should be able to teach her is about mental well-being. Letting her know she can come to you and talk to you if she needs to. Especially if you have a girl, don't be over the top about kicking boyfriend's ass because then they don't tell you shit. And you don't want to be in a position where they don't tell you shit. You want to be the guy that says, hey, I'm going to do my best to hold your hand through some of these decisions you're going to have to make that are very difficult. And I may not necessarily like every decision you make, but I need you to know I've been where you're at and I've been where you're going. You need to be able to trust me and you need to be able to listen to me. And she can't do that if she's terrified you're going to beat everybody up. I've had to knock that shit off and I learned it way too late. Way too late. Don't worry, nothing crazy's happened. I'll kill a motherfucker in a heartbeat. My daughter doesn't listen to this. Figure your shit out. The biggest thing you could do is figure out your baggage and bullshit. Number one with a bullet, man. You're going to be an amazing father. Be there every day. Do the work. And try to make yourself the best version of you can. Because it's all about that girl now. It's a whole different ballgame. And show her all the old MLS Cup games. Because she may not get to see anything like that for a very long time.
Oh, I'm back.
Still muted.
Hey, man, self-mute, dude.
Much love, man. Congratulations. We're happy
Seriously,
for you.
Congrats, dude. Congrats to you and your wife. Hopefully we can see some pictures. Send us pictures, man. We'd love to see. I love all these galaxy babies being born because it's a brighter future ahead. I feel it.
I
feel it.
Where are you at?
I got my cat and my dog at home. We're good.
They are in the crate.
They're in the crate. We're good. On that note, anything else before we head out of here, boys?
Benny?
No, I think we're good, man.
All right.
UEFA, I swear to God, this week, UEFA 11 going up. We've already recorded the vast majority of it. We're going to wrap it up in just a little bit when this is done. Patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. Super appreciate it.
Nice. Benjamin. Oh, nope.
Wrong one.
We're back, baby. Benjamin, where can they find you on the socials, my good man?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben or at OldManBen3. You can email the show at Riot Squadcast, because the only thing we get from that email really is Russian spam and people
the best kind of spam.
Or trials that I've set up with that email that are now expired and I've already canceled them. That's that. We just keep getting those emails over and over again.
You do that more from the Riot Squadcast at Gmail than you do from
the
show.
Yeah, it's the same. Whatever.
So either way, email us.
Email us. Get us if you want to send us a voicemail. Last time we played against LAFC, we got a ton of voicemails for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want to give us a call after the game or anytime really, it's 562-641-5277. Leave us about a minute. Keep it to about a minute, because if they get more than that, they get too long.
First and last name.
And first and last name. It's kind of hard to see where you're sitting right now because no one's sitting in the section, so that's kind of thing. Chris, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me at ZeroCool138 on Twitter and Instagram. Uncle Dishwasher, feel free to reach out if you need an ear.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to need one.
Let me know, dude.
And you know what? Your shit's important too. It's going to feel like it's not for a while. Your shit's important. You're going to need a break. She's going to need a break. Everybody's going to need a break. Take care of each other.
Yeah, you have Chris on the social, man. Just hit him up, dude. Be good. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show on Twitter, Facebook, everything, YouTube, Patreon. Get it all, baby. At Riot Squadcast. We love you guys. We really appreciate you guys for listening. I'm sure the audio quality is so much better this week than it was in the last 2 weeks, and I apologize because my internet sucks. Thank you so much for being there for us. We appreciate you guys. Stay safe.
Know Your History game show next week. Gonna get done.
Awesome. There you go. If you want to participate, you got the number, baby. Call in. We love you.
If you want to participate, email the show, and we'll get back to you.
I like that better.
There you go. On that note, stay safe. We love you guys. Stay home.
Wear a goddamn fucking mask. It's not hard.
Don't be a dick.
Over your nose, asshole.
We went from so positive to such
Sick of this shit, man. I want to go outside.
We love you guys. Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!